Hey everyone, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depends on where you are. I feel like the Truman Show. What do you say? Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. And hello to a bunch of people in the chat that showed up from yesterday, a bunch of people that showed up from the community, a bunch of people that showed up for the first time today. So no matter what you are tuning in, whether it's in the first time or the last time, hopefully not the last time. It's great to have you, and thanks for stopping by. We got a bunch of streamers in the chat, a bunch of regular viewers in the chat, and a bunch of newcomers. So it's good to see you all. I can't go through everybody's name, but there are a handful. There's Anthony Jackson. I see Derek Mitchell, Jane Bradbury, Justin Roy, Laura. We have a bunch of people all scheduled up for today, which I'm really excited about. We have Drawslaw up first, which is going to be really fun. We got two boys from Canada. Got Andrew and Brody, and they do a really cool show every Saturday on Behance, and they have a very strong community with different drawing prompts and drawing different. Andrew Hochradle's here too. Hey, hi Andrew, how's it going? Hello to Jack, hello to Jazz. I don't have my my little pop-up for streamer in the chat, but make sure you guys click around the names that of the users that are popping through and saying hello, because there are so many people that stream on live streaming. If this is your first time on user live streaming, welcome. It is a open platform for creative community, and I actually have a little sizzle reel that I'm going to show you guys, and it'll just kind of go over the idea of live streaming. So here you go.
Glad to have you.
I'm on the couch. I'm kicking the couch.
So I'm really excited. We even had Drawslaw in that intro, and I'm going to go ahead and tune on up. And they'll be coming in just a second. But you also saw a few different previews of other people that are going to be on here. Then we're also going to have Tom. We have Annika. We have Voodoo Val. We have Jazz the Artist and Jack. But first up, we got Drawslaw. All right. Hey, boys. How's it going?
Hold the applause, everybody. We're here. Hey, how you doing, Selvy?
Good morning.
Good to see you, Ryan.
It's still morning for you guys, right?
It is
1 p.m.
1 p.m.
Oh, we're in the same time zone?
That is,
I didn't realize we were in the same time zone.
But I just woke
morning
up, so
for some
people. Morning. Yeah, for me.
Oh. Good morning. I know. It's my good morning as well. Also, congrats to Umacorn. She won a surprise. She won a year subscription to Boris FX.
Oh, damn.
Oh,
very nice.
I wish I had a clapping reaction, but I don't have it set up on the stream. Ooh, good enough.
I got you, player.
Anytime you need us, Ryan. Anytime. We'll always be here for you.
Just type /clap in chat.
/clap. Chat commands coming soon. Everyone's saying hello. We have Anthony saying, "What's up, Drawslaw?" We got Wade, hello. Jessica, Annika. You know, the usual. Noble Soul.
Noble Soul.
We know that name.
You know Noble Soul? Is that one of yours?
That's
No
one
one's
of
in
our
Souls.
little ruffians.
Yep.
So, all right. Well, we kind of touched on it at first, but I still want to play my little animation. When do you guys stream?
We stream on Behance every Saturday from 8 to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We rock in those time zones. Eastern Standard Time. We do that.
You guys are the weekend warriors. You guys hold down the fort when everybody else is out at the bars.
No one else is allowed to stream on Saturdays. Just us.
We've been promised that. No, I'm kidding. For legal reasons, I'm kidding.
But tell me a little bit about yourself, you guys. How did you come to streaming? How do you know each other? What do you guys stream? Go ahead.
Okay, we've been friends for a very long time.
Wait, whoa! I said first things first. It's my
first things first. Go ahead.
I'm Andrew. He's Brody. Together we make Drawslaw. Now you can go.
Okay. Well, we've been friends for a very long time. We actually grew up in the same little small community area out in the country, and we actually were best friends growing up in high school. We went to school together, university. I went to art school, Andrew went to graphic design school, and we were.
Is there a difference?
How dare you? First of all, how dare you?
What's the difference between art school and graphic design school?
There's a name difference for one. Two, different place.
Mine was based more on like theory of like fine art, like painting and like drawing and sculpture, where Andrew's was more like digital design.
Is that a flex?
Like typography and page layout and UI UX and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Do you guys both do the stream overlays though?
No, it's just
we kind of divide and conquer all this stuff. Like Andrew did the stream overlay, but for our themed Halloween stuff, I did the Halloween intro. Mm-hmm. That's the benefit of having two of us on this team is there's so much to do, but we can kind of divide these tasks and get them
based
done
on like who's good at what. Like I tend to have a lot more inspiration when it comes to the overlays. Brody's a whiz on the social media. I don't even know what a tweeter is. No, I'm kidding. What am I, like 50?
I remember Stephen Colbert being on the Today Show saying that he didn't know what a twatter was, and I was like,
"Oh no!"
Yeah, he said that.
Turns out it was like him.
It was like 2011 or something like that, and he didn't know it. I do want to pull up a little bit of your profile though, just to show you guys what their Halloween special stuff looks like, which is phenomenal.
Brody made that overlay. Yeah. That is one of the overlay things Brody made.
I just love the little moving eye, the stream that changed everything,
and the little like,
I appreciate your help with that,
Ryan. Stuff kind of jiggle around.
And you guys have costumes going on recently.
For all of October. For the entirety of October, we've been wearing costumes. We started with a single costume, and then as people have been like supporting the stream, we've been moving on to the next tier of costume. It started out just with like cat ears, like I wore red cat ears and he wore blue cat ears because of the, I got the red side and he's got the blue side. But then it moved into like I was a hot dog and he was a banana, I was Buzz and he was Woody, and now we are dressed as a fish in a pickle. I mean, obviously not right now. This is not my. I mean, it's hanging on the wall over there.
It's right over there
in the stream room. But we've been doing a lot of fun stuff for the whole Halloween season, stuff like that. We like to have little events. We like to get goofy for the audience, stuff.
Full on spooky season. Are you guys?
Absolutely.
Are you guys streaming this Saturday on the 30th?
Yes, we are. Always, every Saturday.
That's a real Halloween weekend.
I will make it happen.
Annika is also commenting on your Keith Haring shirt, which I know I've complimented you on before. But also just want to give it a call out again because it is an amazing shirt.
It's beautiful.
I know. This is like my greatest streaming shirt. I love to show it off. And also it creates this really fun like duality between me and Brody because I'm like the wild, crazy, loud one. And Brody's like the quiet, kind of soft-spoken one. I've got the big, crazy, colorful shirt. And he's wearing all black.
Are you claiming to be wild card?
I am.
You're trying to be the wild card?
Kind of a loose cannon. I'll say it.
Also, you're getting called out by Noble Soul because he says, wait, is anyone going to talk about Andrew's beanie cap? That is the most Canadian thing ever.
That's
Bro, look at this. This is homebrew. Y'all are gonna lose your mind. You ready for this? This is not one hat, but two hats. This is a beanie. And Drawslaw merch, baby! Yo, check it out! That's Drawslaw!
I feel like that was a setup. I feel like that was a push for Drawslaw
Absolutely,
merch.
it was.
It would
And you fell
be,
for it.
except for the fact that we don't sell these. This is just
We
a
don't
personal
sell
item.
them.
It's just for you.
They're
Was
exclusives.
that all part of the reveal, or are you just feeling beanie
Yeah.
and hat today?
No, this is just a hat I wear on stream sometimes. It's kind of become a little iconic of me. I haven't worn it as much recently, but it's starting to get a little into the colder months. So maybe we'll see
chilly.
Is this your Mark
resurgence of
Zuckerberg
the
moment or
beanie
your
cap.
Steve Jobs moment where they have
Yeah,
like, something
yeah.
that they just wear all the time?
I wear this hat. I wear this shirt. I wear even this undershirt. Like I don't do laundry for fear that I might miss a stream.
It's true.
So like it's
He
iconic.
smells so
It's
bad.
an iconic look. It's an iconic smell even.
But he looks so good.
An iconic smell. I hate that.
Yeah. It's iconic.
Zero Time wants credit for saying that it was two hats, and Jessica T also says it. Her mind was blown when she
Absolutely.
found that out.
We'll put it in our
Absolutely.
records.
Noble says it legit looked like a single hat hybrid thing.
I know it looks. I love this hat. I
you fell
love
for it.
this hat, and it's comfy too. Look, it goes
It
over
looks
my
good.
ears a little bit. The tips of my ears are staying warm. It's a good one.
That Canadian winter.
Harsh.
But I know that you guys also recently set up a subscription on Behance, and I know
Hell
that
yeah.
you guys have reward offerings. So, what is in your subscription that you have available?
Great
All right.
question.
Oh, go for it, Brody. It's all you, brother.
And Andrew would love to answer that question.
No. Go for it. You obviously had something to say.
We have a subscription on Behance where we offer monthly coloring books. So a lot of the drawings we produce are off the cuff, live on stream. We don't know what we're going to draw when we go live, and sometimes those drawings we give a little extra love post stream, and we put those into monthly coloring books where people who subscribe get 10 ink drawings that they can color however they want. 5 from Andrew, 5 from me, all made on stream, and you can color those, download them all every month. Each month is kind of a theme. Sometimes you might get some nice, interesting drawings, but you also get special Discord roles in our Discord to our supporter chat, as well as, and this was my favorite one, the accreditations. At the end of every Behance stream, Andrew gives a little fun fact about our lovely subscribers.
For
And
lack
I
of
sometimes
a
don't know
better
if their
term,
fact check
sometimes
is
they're-
the
for,
problem.
lack
They
of
are
a better
real.
term, I lie about people.
I don't know. Like, you know how you were told you're not supposed to use Wikipedia for like a project? It feels like you
That's
used
me.
Wikipedia
It's
for
so
all
I'm
that.
Wikipedia.
Ryan, since you're a subscriber to us, Ryan, every single Behance stream we've had that you subscribed for, we've had a fun fact about you at the end of every stream.
I wish I could remember what the most recent was. The one that
I
happened.
was there for the most recent one.
Oh, what did I say about you?
I don't. It was
If
wrong.
it could be even, if it could be
It
said
wasn't
here.
right. I can tell you that. It was.
They're
I
all
had to have a
wrong.
whole campaign to just make sure that I covered up for the idea that fake news that you put out there.
They're all wrong except for
oh,
one.
don't,
One is
please,
correct.
please. They're absolutely factual. No, basically what happens is at the end of every stream, we like to go through every single person that subscribed to us, like not just like the first time they subscribed, like continually, and I'll
Every single
kind of improv a little fun fact about them. They're always wrong. They're usually comedic. You know, it's just a fun way we try to make the subscribers feel special because they
It lights
made
up
us
my
feel
life.
special by supporting us.
Oh, but
Absolutely.
that's great, and it's also just it works seamlessly within your live streaming. I like the idea that you have kind of a reward built into something that you have towards the end of your live stream. But normally, even without that, what do you guys normally stream? You put up a draw prompt, and then you guys kind of both work on something and give it to the community while you work on it, right?
Yeah, basically what's going on here is people will come in, they will suggest something for us to draw. We will choose basically whatever resonates with us. We see something cool, we either do that or we do something adjacent to that. Maybe we combine 2 prompts to create something really creative. I draw it, Brody draws it, but here's the great part. Because although me and Brody are the hosts of Drawslaw, we are not the stars of the show.
Nope.
We are here for comedic relief and entertainment, but I think the true beauty of Drawslaw shines in its community. We encourage the audience to draw along with us, and if they do the prompt along with us, we will show it on stream, and when we show it, we'll do a little bit of commentary on it. We won't critique it unless they ask us to. We're not here to belittle other people or laugh at their drawings or anything like that. We're here to uplift other people. And then they have a chance to shout themselves out. We kind of give them our own little shout out, like, hey, this is awesome. You should check out their stuff. It's this great like give and take between the community and us, so that we're all presenting our art. We're all creating art, and we're creating this like positive environment for people to create art, a place where I'm not gonna bring up their drawing and they haven't done art for very long, and then I laugh at it and say, this is trash. I saw my grandma make something better than this last week.
Well, it's good on your grandma. I mean, it's a high stake anyway.
She's really good artist. I said that as a joke, but she's a highly talented woman.
Very, very talented.
Also, Zero Time is saying that they wished that they had subscribed so they can have someone make up lies about them. But I think that the opportunity is still there.
Yeah, you still can. Every Saturday, you can get a free, unique lie. That is the Drawslaw guarantee.
Also, hello to Thomas and Rob. Also, hello to RB. Welcome, everybody, to the stream. It's good to have you. We're talking with Drawslaw, who streams every Saturday. At what time? 7 p.m.? 8 p.m.?
8 to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard
and that's
Time.
4 full hours of quality content.
Stop. We're not allowed
and
to
Noble
stop
Soul
legally.
says, can confirm that their community is the best. Which is a flex, because I feel like my community is the best.
We did pay Noble to
Noble,
say
just
that,
give me your Venmo and I'll send over the 10 that we agreed to.
yeah. Thank you, Noble, for saying that. Your pay will be
it's Cash App, actually. I don't know what you're talking about.
Whatever. It's all cash to me.
Cash is cash. But I did see that right when we were getting started up, you guys had a little drawing on your screen.
Oh, we actually
we did.
Ryan Selvy. Let me.
Yes, I'm a little prepared.
Yeah. So this is just to show. It showed for like 1 millisecond there, but this is just to show kind of what we got going on a typical Drawslaw stream. This is our beautiful overlay. You've got the Andrew half of the world and the Brody half of the world. Way over to the right.
Over here.
And let's show our drawings that we made. This was actually for a prompt that we made recently. The prompt was Denim Demon. And this is what we made for them. We just went wild with it. Let me slightly resize my image so we can even get.
Well, what I really love about this, and you guys can kind of see it in your previous streams as well, and also it's no secret that you guys got your start on Twitch. And that you guys have been streaming for how long together?
Like 2.5 years.
Yeah, almost
2.5 years. It's really inspiring to see your styles develop and strengthen over those 2 years. But it's also really interesting and exciting to see how your styles have diverged. And
yeah, people say that all the time, and it's really interesting because, and I don't have any of this offhand, so I can't show you, but me and Brody really did start at the exact same spot. Brody was in art school, but he focused more on like sculpture and stuff like that. Like he really didn't do much drawing, but I came to him with the idea of like, hey, let's do a stream where we do art together. I mean, it was a whole different stream at the beginning. We've kind of evolved from that point. But you know, this is where we are now. We started from a point where our drawings almost looked exactly the same, and then we've just like took 2 completely different paths. I like this,
and I love both of those paths. Both of those paths are wonderful directions.
Appreciate that. I got this cartoony approach. Birdie's got a little more like, it's still cartoony, but it's like a little tick towards realism, like a
bit gritty.
And Laura's in the chat saying, as an artist myself, I do enjoy the rush of having a prompt and doing it together, and with everyone, seeing everyone's interpretation of it. And I think that you guys have a very clear visualization of that, of like the same thing, but you can have so many different interpretations. And you guys normally go over everybody's drawings at the end of that prompt, right?
And so sometimes it's like, oh, someone asked us to do a prompt and maybe other people were busy. Maybe they had other stuff to do. Maybe they were just watching because they need a little background noise, and there'll be like 5 submissions. But other times when the stars align in the perfect way, and I truly am a Gemini, like everyone's been telling me, we'll get like 35 submissions, and we'll just sit there for an hour. Like,
Or people
I
just
think
tell
we're
you
both
that?
Geminis. Me
We're
and
both
Brody are both
Gemini.
Geminis. We were actually born on the same day.
In the same
Born the same
hospital, right?
day.
Not in the same hospital, but on the
No.
same
Nope.
Earth. So that's kind of like
Yeah.
a cool little convenience.
That's
We're
a
not
huge
brothers.
coincidence.
Yeah.
Same Earth.
It's so amazing with this stream. Like, not only has it given us an opportunity to get better at ourselves, like since we stream 3 times a week in total, we have gotten so much better at drawing, and I've used that time to really develop our styles. And then we've got to see some amazing submissions as well. Like, we have no idea what to expect when you give these prompts out, and people always have the most creative interpretations. And I'm always so pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, people
And so
come in
blown
and they're
away.
like, yeah, I made this drawing out of potato grease because while I was watching you, I dropped a potato from my dinner on my homework. Or
We've had some
someone will come
insane
in
submissions.
and they'll have this like beautifully rendered, beautiful lighting, shading, like entire piece that they made in like an hour. And meanwhile, we're like, I just finished my sketch.
It's so incredible to see all these
inspiring.
interpretations.
And I also know that in the chat, Rob was asking which program you guys are using, and I know that you guys are you built within Photoshop? Is that where you guys are drawing?
I'm in Photoshop.
So Brody's in Photoshop. I'm in Krita just because it's what I'm used to and I've been using it for a while. But like, you know, I use Photoshop, like Photoshop. It just didn't do.
Don't worry, that
exactly what I
wasn't a
wanted
loaded
for the stream.
question. That was just honestly just like figuring
Yeah,
out.
Adobe.
It's
You hear that, Adobe? I don't actually use Krita. I use Photoshop. I was kidding when I said that.
And then Alf also says his knowledge of form from sculpting definitely shows in his drawing in reference to Brody, which is pretty cool.
Who, me? Little me?
And mine?
Yeah, I mean, you don't
And
have a background in sculpting, but if you wanna have that, then you'll.
My background is computer science. What does that say?
Elf
Before
also
graphic
says,
design
I
was
love
computer
surprising the boys with my drawings. Their streams have helped me branch out and try new techniques all the time. Which is great.
The cool thing about this drawing is, so we did the Denim Demon prompt on Behance. So if you go to behance.com or whatever /Drawslaw, you can see the whole process. 4 hours of us making this drawing and like making mistakes, going to different directions, trying different things, and chatting with the stream. And you can also see our audience, the way they interpreted the prompt as well. Hey, maybe you follow us while you're there.
In true legendary status, as Hannah Montana says, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days.
And just like Hannah Montana says, I don't actually make mistakes. She says everyone makes mistakes, and then like really small text, except Andrew. And I want everyone. I want that to be the take home tonight.
That's my favorite quote from the show, actually.
Yeah, she says it very quietly.
No, I love the authenticity. Also, the idea of so many different skill levels also joining your stream. I think you guys have a really good job at being able to find the positives in anybody's drawings. And I'm not saying that even in a way that is like negative. I know it can sound negative, but I think that everyone deserves positive reinforcement for the things that they've done well. And I think that no matter what the skill level it is, you guys are always really good at being able to be like, this is a strong point, like hone in on this, focus on that. You can improve here.
It is kind of wild because I feel like a lot of people that aren't necessarily in the art community, they'll see a drawing and all they will see is like immediately, is this appealing to my eyes or not? And I think that kind of sucks for a lot of artists that do like lowbrow stuff. Like that's not instantly appealing a lot of the time. It's like you have to look at it from a different angle. So we try to always like back up, look at the big picture. Maybe the actual drawing isn't the most like visually impressive, but they have like a really good concept. Like maybe it's as simple as like they combined two creatures in a good way and then like they had a funny name for the combination of the two creatures. Like it all is creativity. It's all people like making. It's all creating. And I think it would be a great disservice to the community to only just glance at the drawing and say, wow, this is good, move on. Because there's so much value in even like the artist that has just picked up the pencil. Everybody has like a different way of looking at it.
Which I think is a really good strong point also of Behance in general, because you hop on and you see the For You page and their Explore page, and you see people who have been in the industry for 40 years and they have amazing artwork. And then you also have people that are like, hey, I'm trying out Illustrator for the first time. like, where can I improve? And all the comments are always very supportive, and it's just artists understanding that art takes time and isn't just a born skill.
Absolutely.
And so it's cool to have that, especially in the chats and in the comments, so. But we have people asking again about the time. Just to reiterate, it's 8 p.m. to 12 a.m. EST on Saturdays. And what do you guys have planned for this weekend? Do you guys already have the prompt, or does the prompt come the day of?
We
on
never
the fly.
plan anything. Drawslaw does not plan. It's all improv, baby.
And so much. You have so much.
We plan nothing.
We never plan a prompt.
I don't even know how this shirt got on my body, man.
I put it there
on Saturday. No, literally on Saturday. If you are interested in the type of stream that we got going on here, show up on stream with a hot idea. We will just pick it up on the spot. We don't prepare anything. We don't go in like, this is the prompt we're going to be doing. I'm going to practice drawing it. No, it is all on the spot. Sometimes we make garbage. Sometimes we make absolute hot garbage, which is why you guys are there. That's why we need talented artists in our stream. So when
please help us.
You guys can excel.
Like, please carry the torch on our behalf.
Yeah, we need
you.
Absolutely.
But we are getting close to the half of the hour, and I just want to touch on a few different things that we had. We had that you guys stream on Saturdays from 8 to 12. You have a strong community. You guys can check it out at behance.net/Drawslaw. You guys have a $5 subscription, and with that subscription, you get coloring pages, Discord status. You get lies said about you,
lies
or facts. Andrew facts,
mostly
alternative
lies.
Andrew
Every
facts.
once in a while, I say something that's true, and it's like, wow, I'm crazy.
Yeah, that you really have to tune in for, because that is a spectacle on its own.
That's a rare. If you guys like doing those like Pokemon polls where you try to find the rare card, a truth is a rare on stream.
Jade says this might be the only time I wish I were a night owl. Well, the good thing is also all of the live streams are available as replays. You guys can check it out at behance.net/Drawslaw. You can see all their crazy costumes that they've got going on. Do you guys have a different costume queued up for Saturday, or have you not hit that point yet?
We haven't hit that point yet. We're thinking that we're going to do one last costume for Halloween. That's what we're thinking. Halloween night, we hit that last costume. We go with a bang. We steal all your candy, and then you never see us again. Nope, we'll still be here.
By the way, I saw that you guys have Woody and Buzz set up. You didn't happen by any chance. This is totally off the cuff, but you guys didn't have a chance to see the stuff that came out today, did you?
No, I don't think so.
Oh man, I'm excited to show this. Pixar has.
I'm kind of scared for some reason.
That they are making a Buzz Lightyear origin story.
No. What? No way.
Yeah,
wait, didn't they already have that?
Look at it. No, like but it's like, it's like the full on, like,
whoa,
as if he's a normal human.
Whoa. Sexy Buzz Lightyear, yeah, baby!
Daddy Buzz.
Okay. All right, Buzz.
Buzz Lightyear is daddy to me. I love that.
I see you.
So I hope you find interest in that.
I'll be looking at that later.
Check it out. The teaser trailer's out, and it's really interesting. Obviously not sponsored,
so cool.
but I feel like it adds to the conversation. So,
yeah.
It is 1:30, so we are going to move on to our next guest. But don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere, because I want you guys to be able to say hi to Jazz. But I'm going to go ahead and queue up Jazz, and she'll be in here in just one.
Thanks for having us.
Woo. Hey, Jazz, welcome.
What's up, everyone?
It's good to have you.
Sweet.
Good afternoon, because I know that you are right around the corner from me as well. So you're on that East Coast. But we just got finished up talking to Drawslaw for a bit, and they stream on Saturdays. And I want to see if they have any advice for you to survive on the stream before you pop in.
Yeah, what you got?
To survive with you, Selvy?
To survive this next 30 minutes with me.
Survive with
Don't listen to anything Selvy says. He's a liar. He's a coward.
Oh no, they're gone. What happened?
Oh, we're back. You can't get rid of us, Ryan.
Please don't believe his lies. I'm begging you.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for being with us.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. You guys can check them out on Saturday. Any last words?
Bye.
Thanks for having us. Have a nice day.
All right, bye guys. Hi, Jazz. How are you?
What is up, Mr. Selvy? How are
Thanks
you?
for joining in on the stream. You have
thank
kind
you
of a
for inviting me.
difficult ususername. You're easy to find when you
Why?
Google, but your Behance username is
Yeah, it's
JJJASMYNC5C5.
I don't. How do I get rid of the C5C5? I don't want the
You
C5C5.
just hop on in. Yeah, because Jasmine with 3 J's is easier than Jasmine's with 3 J's and 2 C5s.
Yes, I don't like the C5s.
What is the C5 in reference to?
I don't know. I don't know where it came from. I was looking at other people's like name the other day, and I was like, everybody else is normal. I have no idea where the C5 came from. I didn't put that there. I don't
Oh.
know.
It was thrust on you.
It was.
Well, now it's part of your identity, though, so that's important.
I can't do nothing about it, so I'll
It is what
embrace
it
it.
is.
Yeah.
But thank you for taking the time for showing up and being on the live stream today. It's great to be able to showcase your work. When do you stream? When you stream on Behance. But let me press the animation first.
I love your animations. All right, so
Thank you so much.
my streaming days, and I've been like, it has taken me a while to like put a schedule together because I don't like commitment.
But are you more of a night owl or a morning
I
owl?
am a night
morning
owl. I don't go to
Listen to
bed
me.
until
I'm
like 3 a.m. Like even last night, justifiably, I was still up, but that's because of Adobe Max and I was catching up on some on-demand stuff. But but even on just a regular night, I'm not going to bed till like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. I don't come alive until like 8. So
that's where I'm at.
But anyway, I have committed to a schedule. I actually just put it up on my profile last night. So my streaming days will be Monday and Thursday, starting at 5:30.
Oh, fantastic. Well,
Yeah,
congratulations. That's
yeah.
very cool.
Yes.
And what kind of stuff do you stream?
So right now I'm streaming a lot of kind of 3D stuff. So I'm either using like Adobe Stager. I've been working with Blender. I'm learning Blender. I'm slowly progressing into learning 3D modeling using that software. So I'm kind of sharing that journey with the community. It's an ugly journey, but it's like just starting.
It's beautiful. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it is. So I've started doing that. I think my last stream was actually in Blender. That was actually my first one. But so I've been working with that. But you're going to see me either in Adobe Stager, in Blender. You're going to see me either in Adobe Painter or Adobe Sampler. I've truly like embraced the Substance 3D suite that has come out. That's where my attention is like right now at the moment. That could change in the next several months. I'm kind of all over the place. When something new comes out, I kind of just go for that. But right now it's 3D. Like if you go through my profile, there was a time where I was doing a poster a day and that was more like fresco. And that's what I loved at the moment. But then I got inspired through Max last year and started jumping into 3D when I saw it.
I'd also love to talk about your poster project because your posters are phenomenal.
Thank you.
I mean, there's the first thing that I saw when I first met you. And
I remember that.
I know you're saying
I know which one you're going to go to too.
But you already had, even if it was made in 2D, you still had a very 3D approach to a lot of your projects and posters that had a sense of depth that I thought was really cool.
Oh, sweet.
And you said you worked on fresco and for most of these?
Yeah, all of these are pretty much fresco. Some of them I may have started in Photoshop on the iPad and then took them over to fresco. And I just use Photoshop on iPad to really just kind of do the composites, to bring the photographs in, remove the background, do all of that stuff. And then any of the actual like illustrations you see on there would have been done in fresco. I think there was, probably just a few that I actually use Photoshop on desktop.
It was also really cool to see. We spoke a little bit with Storm yesterday, and she was talking about the idea of showing the process and the importance of not only showing references, but also showing kind of where something began and where it ended.
Yeah.
And the idea that you have here, both the source material and the final product, makes me even appreciate the whole process even more, because I could never look at the part on the right here and then look on the left and connect the two unless they're side by side.
And I'm glad you said that. That's something that I had to come to appreciate, because I think initially when I started doing, I was just posting the finished product. And then I had to think about what really excited me about seeing somebody else's work. And I really did gain more appreciation for the final product when I saw what they like derived it from. And so I tried to do that. And even more so trying to just kind of share my process, the ugly pieces when you're first starting out, and then what the final pieces is, because I appreciate that about other people's work. So I was like, you need to start plugging those pieces in. Remember to take those screenshots. Remember to save those original photos so that can be a part of the journey. Yeah,
absolutely. Drew is in the chat saying fellow Atlian in the building, which I didn't know that was a thing. Atlanta and like Alien put together.
Yep, ATLian.
ATLian. Okay, all right, but no one says. Okay. Just to put it on the record, no one from Atlanta says Hotlanta. That is a.
Can I bring up the chat?
That's an outside thing, right?
I mean, I.
Do you ever say Hotlanta?
Not while I'm in Atlanta, but when I didn't live in Atlanta, because originally I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. Exactly. So when I was in Cleveland, Ohio, I was like, yeah, I'm going to Hotlanta. Now that I'm in Atlanta, I don't be like, y'all want to go to Hotlanta? No, it's just
you
Atlanta.
Go to Hotlanta for the night to go out to the bars. Right. Funny. Well, Drew has respect for this new term that I've never heard before. ATLian.
Yeah. Do you know the group Outkast?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I feel like
I'm familiar. I was born in 93. I'm not super young. I'm younger, but I know Outkast.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I feel like they kind of coined that.
Did they? Oh, okay. Well then see, I guess like I'm not fresh and up to date enough with my Outkast trivia because I did not know that. Joseph is excited about Outkast, and Steve is saying Frisco for San Fran. I feel like there's something else also for San Francisco. I mean, I guess like Cali. What did they say? SoCal. No one says SoCal if you actually live in Southern California. But I digress. I'm going on a tangent. I see that you have wonderfully shared your screen with me, which I can pull up, and you have some awesome toy box stuff going on. Yeah. I do want to touch on it, not quite yet, because I know I don't. Unless this is what you want to steer it with. You steer. Tell me what you want to talk about next. But I know of you as somebody that very early was able to identify NFTs, and you really got into the NFT space. And I know that yesterday at the keynote, they were mentioning the NFT integration into Behance, and I know you already have an NFT section on your profile.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about that. Okay. But what is this toy box project, and kind of where did it start? Where is it right now?
Okay. Yeah, so this little toy box project, this is probably one of the other things you'll see me working on recently in stream. Between this and working on Annika's 3D assets. These were models that I've actually created in Modeler, which is in beta right now. I was able to be accepted into that beta program, and
very cool.
Just jumping into it and just organically just working with the tools the way that I naturally want to work with them. This is what was birthed out of that. I naturally go into creating like these little characters, something kind of like, I don't want to say they're like pop figures because I like pop figures. They look better than this, but I focus on these characters. That's just what I end up drawing. And so I was like, as opposed to just kind of discarding them and just having them out there on my hard drive, I was like, maybe this would be dope to kind of start like a little toy collection. And so these were 4 that I created in Modeler. I was bringing them over into Stager to try to throw some materials on them, stage them up in kind of a proper way, and then also release these as just 3D models for my subscribers. If they want to take them, play around with them, pull them apart in Blender, do whatever the heck they wanted to do with them, they could definitely do so. But I was thinking of maybe packaging them kind of like a toy. When I was growing up, me and my brother, we were into action figures. We had like our own separate set. We would trade with one another. I didn't care about necessarily like like it had to be an action figure. Like you need to have like 2 arms, legs. Like I need to be able to walk and talk with you. And we used to create these cities in our rooms made out of cereal boxes. And our characters would like live in these cereal box homes. And then once we got done, I would take them and I would all stage them on our dresser. And so I don't know if that's the reason why I like creating all of these characters like that, but I just happened to organically do it. So I was thinking it would be sweet if I actually ended up having like a full collection of just these characters that I've created. And so the plan is to put them kind of like in a toy box. I had my initial thought. I know Stager over here with some of its starter assets, they actually have a box here. Let's see, it's somewhere in here, like here. So I was going to put like my own branding on the box and then kind of like put them in the box with some tissue paper that I got to figure out how to model in Blender to put in the box. But then I also thought like maybe I actually want to position them like you would see a toy in the store. You go down the toy aisle, you know, it has like the little placard and it has a little plastic, you know, casing in the front where you actually have the figure just sitting inside the plastic casing. And I was like, that's a better idea. So that came to me last night. But I think that that would be awesome to kind of package it like that. But in the end, this would be some models that would just end up kind of going to my subscribers for them to do whatever the heck whatever they wanted to do with them. I also would look in the future to seeing like, is it possible with the way that I've created these? Can I like get these 3D printed? That's probably a question for Jack. I was actually looking at Jack's profile the other day and she had 3D printed like a phone holder that looked like a little cabin.
The house,
like,
right? Yeah, yes! I saw that last night, actually.
Yes. And I was like, I need to talk to Jack. I don't know if it's possible with the way that I've created these. They were modeled, you know, out of clay. So like it's a lot of polygons. And I just don't know if that's possible, if it has to be like remeshed or something like that. But
right. But now you at least have the foundation. So even if you needed to have some sort of like decrease in polygons, you can at least now approach it. And rather than something that was organically made, you can be like, okay, this could be summarized as a, you know, pill shape thing. I'm thinking right now of kind of how you have this pickle.
Oh, let me put ray tracing on. They look a little ugly when ray tracing is not on, but
it's got that
look at that
Veggie Tales vibe with a horror. You know?
I think somebody said doesn't he look like a California raisin?
Yes, he does look like a California raisin. I was actually going to say that.
Yeah, they look a lot better. I should have had ray tracing on.
And this looks like a creepy like science teacher.
This, I was telling my husband the other day, is giving me Austin Power vibes. Something with the teeth in the mouth.
I can see that. The teeth in the mouth. That definitely can be a thing.
Yeah, and I don't know.
This is very Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon?
Yeah, like 90s Nickelodeon, though, when they were like not afraid to scare children.
Yeah. Not afraid to scare children. Yeah. So, yeah, this is.
And the Creative Genius is in the chat as well saying hello. And Jack is also here saying, wait, I heard my name, which is.
Yes, Jack. I was talking about you and your 3D printing. I have to get with you. It would be dope if like I could possibly one day in the future get one of these printed. So I have to.
The cucumber pickle guy also is giving me kind of California raisin vibes as well in a strange way.
Yeah, I think Annika gave him a good name. I think he was like pickled cactus. I think that's what Annika said. Yeah, because I couldn't tell. I was like, is he a pickle? Is he a cactus? And she was like, pickle cactus. And I was like, that's it.
Oh, Wade's saying you can actually use Shapeways to test your printability without actually using their service. A sneaky pro tip.
Ooh, and that's a 3D printing software type situation. Get it out of here. Coinbase.
We got that Coinbase Bytes. Talk about the NFT right there. I mean, that's itself. I see that already on your profile. I think it's probably because you're like linked, I guess, to your MetaMask, unless you already went up and you posted it.
No, I linked it to my MetaMask. So yeah, when I came in there the other day, I was like, yo, there's an NFT tab. How is that out there? Yeah. So I noticed authentically it put in my NFTs that are on Foundation. The NFTs that I have on OpenSea, it's not there. And I could probably understand why. Technically, something is not minted on OpenSea because there's no gas. It's not minted until somebody actually purchases it, because then the purchaser is the person who pays the gas. So that's when it's technically minted. So that's why those don't come over. But I'm also missing another one that I have on Foundation. Like there's one more I have on Foundation, which is actually a MP4 file. So my guess is that maybe MP4s aren't supported just yet. I'm
sure they will be in the future though, which is exciting.
But
I would love to hear kind of how you fell into that space and kind of what comes next from you and your relationship with NFTs and what's the next step.
So with NFTs, I would have to be honest, I have to credit you, Ryan, with the knowledge.
All right, I'll take it. Sure. No, but I'm just excited. I didn't cue that up with expectation that you were going to say me. So like,
it's all you, my man.
Surprise that. I'll take it.
I wish I knew the date and time of this stream, but it was one of your streams I was watching, and you went into talking about the blockchain. I mean, you switched your whole scene. You went into like this news scene, and you started talking about blockchain. I think you even put out a whiteboard and was like drawing and explaining.
No, that's not true.
Yes, you did. I'm gonna go find it. You did. You pulled out the whiteboard and you were drawing. It might not have been a whiteboard. It probably was just Photoshop. But you were drawing. Yes, you were drawing and explaining how the blockchain worked, and you talked about NFTs, and it was the first time I heard the word Rareable. And I stayed up all that night after I got off your stream, and I was on Rareable. I was trying to mint something. I realized, I need a crypto wallet. Then I had to move money from this. I'm up to like 4 o'clock trying to figure this out. And then I got hit with gas. That was like $86. And I was like, Ryan ain't say nothing about this.
I didn't.
Nothing got minted that night.
Stuff.
But you started me on that path of let me figure out this cryptocurrency, this blockchain, this NFT, and it was from there. A lot of NFT conversations were taking place on Clubhouse, so I was on Clubhouse night and day.
Clubhouse, rest in peace. I mean, it's still a thing, but not nearly as much as it was back then.
Yeah, but it was popping on Clubhouse, and that's where I learned a lot about the other marketplaces. OpenSea and Foundation and Known Origin, Portion, all of these different places that were popping up. Yeah. And it was me learning it really how to mint on OpenSea through Clubhouse. I remember minting my first work and actually talking about my work on Clubhouse. It was somebody who was actually in the audience in that Clubhouse that ended up sending me a message, who heard me speak and sent me a message on Instagram and said, I want to know when you mint your first pieces because I want to be a collector. And nice. As a matter of fact, it's actually on my profile. If you pull up my profile, I can show you my first piece that I sold. And I feel like everything was just kind of coming together because I was not using Dimension. Like I heard, I saw it out there as one of my Creative Cloud apps, and I was like, I don't know what this is. I only use Photoshop and maybe Illustrator, so I had never downloaded it. But I had listened to, it's not that one, but if you...
the dynamics of this is really cool, though. You recently just learned that?
Yeah, I did. That was a recent one that I just actually put on OpenSea. I started a new collection called Wild Things because now my skills in Blender are starting to evolve. So these crazy things I think of in my head, I can actually start to like create them and model them. So I'm like, there's no telling what the heck I'm going to come up with. So
this gives me tyrophobia or whatever it is with a bunch of little like bulbs or whatever. It's beautiful.
It makes me think of The Infected. From the last
yes. Yes. Oh my god. Yes. Oh my god. I've been playing the second one a lot.
I know. Me and you both.
I love it. But yes, definitely gives me the Infected vibes. I didn't make a joke, but I just had to call out that it was gross. Not to say that it's not great, but it's gross.
So let me see where I was at.
Look at the smoke. That's neat.
Got some little smoke coming out there. Smoke. So but that's where it all started. I mean, you gave me the information enough for me to start looking into it and researching it. And then I was able to get on to Clubhouse and kind of learn from there and then minted my first work. But it's crazy because Max last year, I was listening to Anna Natter's segment and she was talking about her introduction to 3D, which was through Dimension. And I was like, to me, 3D was always this thing like, that's just way too advanced. We can't go there. And Dimension made it so simple. And I was looking at her work and I was like, this is what I want to do. And from that part, I started kind of playing around with Dimension. So the first work that I ever minted as an NFT was made in Dimension. And it's out there on my profile. I think you have to scroll down a little bit. I can't tell you what project it is, but I can, scroll a little bit and I can show you.
The cat section.
My cat. That's another one that I'm really proud of.
Yeah, that one. I mean, not that it's all about selling, but I mean, these actually sold pretty well.
They all end up selling out. But what more impressed me about that, the fact that I committed to something. That was 50 cats. I haven't done 50 of anything in my life.
But can I do a hot take?
Sure.
I think that so many people saw CryptoPunks and or like Cool Cats, or even like the Bored Ape Yacht Club, and they kind of tried to steal the same exact format. What I absolutely love about yours is that you took the idea of taking a similar model and adding things and replacing things, but it doesn't look anything like it. And I think there is so much equity in that, and the idea that yes, everything has series and it exists, but like these these cats were a new approach to an idea of a collection, and I really want to commend you for that. It looks so
Thank
cool.
you.
They all look really unique. Some more terrifying than others. I really like this one a lot.
And some of them really had to do like with my childhood. Like there's one in the top row that was at the skating rinks. The skating rink, matter of fact, I just went skating yesterday. Skating was a huge part of my life. My first job as a teenager coming out in high school and coming out was working at the skating rink. And there's a lot of them. The one with the Blockbuster, the Dr. Seuss. I mean, the last one.
They really are beautiful. And you really should be proud of them. But I digress because we were actually going to talk about that first NFT, and I got distracted. I'm sorry. I just had to at least highlight them because they're one of my favorites of yours, and
Thank you.
I wanted to call it out at least.
Yeah. Keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. Oh, stop right there. Go up a little bit to the left. It's that peach one. Yep, you just hovered over that one. Yep, that was my first one. I titled it "Pull Up on Piece," and that was
the this is the poster, but we're going for the. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Everything, even if I created it as like a 3D project, I ended up just kind of putting it in the poster and I called it a poster. But if you click on it,
okay. So
yeah,
this one then.
Yeah, I kind of just all turn into posters. But to the right, without the actual, topography on it, that's the one that sold as my first NFT. And the person who was in the clubhouse who had heard me speak about it, thank you. Yeah, she purchased that one, and then. The crazy thing is I came on Clubhouse the very next day and they had a room that was talking about successes and, just talk about your wins. And so I went into that room and I was so emotional, like, oh, my NFT just sold and oh my God. And somebody in that room had bought another one I had just posted. Matter of fact, that one's on my profile as well. I think it might be right next to that one. And that was another one that I had created in Dimension. But I mean, the NFT space is something I would have never thought was going to even be possible for artists. To me, I was creating this stuff because I finally found a community where it wasn't like, oh, this is weird. They understood like, hey, this is dope art, like all the colors and stuff. If a person's not really creative, I'm fortunate to have very supportive friends and families, but they look at it and they be like, hey, it's cool, but it's weird. Like,
Oh, it's certainly weird, but I love the weirdness to it. I love the 80s and 90s vibe mixed with like a cyberpunk. So it's like a little bit of old, a little bit of new. And just your collage factor. I hope you do return to posters at some point, just because I really do love your posters. But I also love your 3D stuff. So can't go wrong.
I kind of want to. I feel like 3D is pushing me into. It's causing me to challenge myself. It's causing me to learn something that initially I think is difficult. I can't tell you how many times I've quit Blender and tried to find something that was easier. So it's really challenging. I feel like I need that. I need growth. If it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. And I live by that. So I have to go into something that's foreign to me. But I do love my posters. As I scroll through and I go back through them, I'm just like, I didn't really appreciate them that much at the time. I think some of the ones that actually got featured were ones where I didn't want to post them. I was like, don't put this up here. This is some trash. And I learned from Max last year and a lot of people that I followed who did poster a day projects like Timmy Coker, made by Studio JQ, Clarence Maluta. He was a person who streamed on here. They did
Clarence. Yeah, Clarence has a similar aesthetic. Not the same, but a similar. I could see the inspiration. I wouldn't think of it until you said it, but then now you said it.
So him, Ballgasm, they all did these poster a day projects. And one of the things that they said was like, even if you don't like it, post it. And so I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna post it up. And then sure enough, before I know it, I'm getting an email like, you've been featured in the gallery. And I'm like, this the one you wanted?
Right? I mean,
I believed in. And that just told me to kind of trust yourself, trust your instinct, trust your, if you like this color, go with it. If you like this stroke over here, go with it. And just, don't think too much about it. So I really loved that process when I was going through those. And I started playing around with Fresco last night with the new motion. And I was like, oh, maybe I can make some juicy like motion posters. I might be back with the posters and dabble that in. So that may also be something I'll start live streaming. So I'm excited.
Omocorn's laughing at you because you said I'm not putting this up here. It's trash. And she quoted you on it. So
I'm the worst person.
But I also feel I can relate to that. I also want to call out Anthony says your artwork looks really pretty. And I saw another thing. Drew said super dope style, Jazz. Which
Thank you, Anthony.
Totally agree. We are getting close to the top of the hour, and we're going to have Voodoo here in just a moment. But I do know we touched a little bit on the models that you have available for your subscribers. But I know that there's so much more than just that. So what is in your subscription on Behance?
So on my subscription, I got a couple of things. Pretty much almost anything that I'm going to be creating, I'm giving it to my subscribers. So I've created, one thing that I posted was just kind of like some graphics, some textures, which you see right there. However, anybody wants to use those as textures or put them in their work, they can definitely do that. I also like.
Is it going to be bad if I open it? Can I open it?
No, please,
Okay.
you can't. The assets are locked.
Right, okay.
Yeah, you can look through there. Some of those, and I will actually tell you, I know Voodoo Val is up next, but I was actually inspired by Voodoo Val. She had it was a Photoshop daily challenge, I think like last week.
What? You're inspired by who?
I was. First of all, I've been inspired by you a long time, lady. You don't even know it. If you go like all the way down in the bottom of my profile, like the bottom, I tell myself not to delete it because it's a part of my journey. But I have like a Photoshop daily challenge down there, and it was one of yours that I was like learning some stuff from. But yes, I've been a fan of you for a while.
Girl, let's be friends. Let's be friends.
Let's
Please,
be friends.
can we?
But
I
anyway,
see you got a Star Wars pillow in the back, so we're already like spirit, like we are connected at the mind.
We're connected. Yes, we are. But yeah, Voodoo Val had a Photoshop daily challenge last week. And, she was like, create you some textures, create you this, put them on Gumroad, get that bag, do what you need to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I was actually like really working like for my corporate job at the time. And I was like, let me pause this. Let me go over here and think about what I might need to do as an artist.
Make you some textures.
Don't put it on record.
I'm trying to put money in your pocket. Okay.
But yeah, so all of this is out there for the B Squad. That's what I labeled my day one riders. Ryan, you are a part of the B Squad. Give it up for Ryan. Woo-hoo-hoo. But yeah, anything that you're going to see me making on stream, I'm giving it out there. So there's a model that I created in Modeler. Pull it apart, do whatever you want to, stage it. I would love to see if somebody took it and did whatever they wanted to do with it. But materials, there's going to be textures. I'm going to be making some TIFF files that will work in Illustrator. I'm also working on a 3D modeling pack. Again, as I'm starting to explore Blender, coming up with some really abstract shapes that I'm making. I want to put those in a pack and put those out there for my subscribers as well. I'm a little old school, so I actually like sending things in the mail. So I'm going to be sending out mini prints for every single month that you're a subscriber of mine. You're going to get a mini print, a nice premium gloss mini print of one of my posters. You're going to receive that in the mail. I also have a special like B Squad chamber setup, which is that's what it actually links to. It allows you to go into the special password protected portion of my website where you actually see everything. You're able to create an account, keep track of all of your downloads and all of those things.
And you also have a discount for
yes.
stuff, don't you?
So I'm also, another thing that I'm working on the side is my own JDA apparel, which is Jazz the Artist Apparel. Very simplistic, but artist wear, one with a lot of my designs on it and just things that I think that I would wear. I'm putting those out there on my shop. So there's a 20% discount with anything that's on my website, but then there's also going to be specific things that I create just for my subscribers that they have access to. And then there's a way, of course, to, send me messages, requests for live streams, all of that stuff. People got NFT questions, want to help get onboarded. I could just show you what I know, walk you through the process. I've been fortunate to be able to help some people like, hey, get a MetaMask. This is how you do this. This is how you do this. This is how you mint. So happy to work anyone through that process, and all that's available to my subscribers. So
that's fantastic. Well, it's only what is it, like $3 or $5 a month? How much is it?
It's only $5. Only $5.
Only $5 a month.
$5.
I mean, that is so much content and equity that you have. I mean, already you have 7 things up already in your subscriber area, and it only sounds like it's continuing to grow. So if you guys are interested, make sure you check out Jazz's Behance, both live streams and also subscriptions. I see Wade posted it in the chat.
Thank you, Wade.
You're getting lots of like yeses and LOLs and highs. Fergie says Star Wars instant friends, which is fun.
Star Wars.
But yeah, it's great. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Is there anything else you wanted to touch on that we didn't touch on before we head out?
No, not really. I just thank you for the opportunity. Thanks for everybody in the chat. I can't see you in the chat. I don't want to switch my screens right now, but I'm assuming there's a lot of love out there. So thank you for the love. Thank you for the appreciation. Words of advice, be kind. I think that's one thing that I've always just kind of lived by is just be kind, be nice. It's the freest, most sweetest thing you could do for anybody. And it doesn't take much time and it doesn't cost anything. So be nice. And, if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. Reach for the stars. Learn something new.
Love it. Well said. And buy Jazz NFTs.
Yeah.
Be worth a lot more in the future. So
Bye-bye.
Invest now. All right. Thank you so much, Jazz. Have a great day.
Bye, family.
See you soon.
Oh, hey.
Hello.
Oh, hi. Oh,
How are you?
I'm good. I just remembered that I can make this so that my green screen doesn't show, and now you guys know that there's a pile of something over there, so that's great. But hello, everyone. I'm Voodoo Val, and I'm a normal person with normal stuff happening in my house.
No, you should see at the beginning of every single stream, you would think I would be a little bit more prepared for it, but every single time, I'm like, hey, guys, oh, cool, you can see this over here.
Yeah, you're just like, I really hope that the corner of the giant laundry pile that is right off camera does not show, so everyone continues to think that I am a perfect professional. But sometimes that's not how it happens.
I was mentioning yesterday, these are all my alive plants. These are all the plants that are in my
apartment.
That
all the pretty perfect plants that look great. You have like some decrepit ones off camera, yes. I'm actually gonna hook this up real quick, so you guys can just have some nice Mandalorian art in the background. I think is what I'm gonna do, and we're gonna get that going up. There we go. Ta-da! Hopefully that works for you.
You're still green screen. You're still green screen.
There we go.
Oh, there you go. There's Mandalorian.
I don't know if you can crop that edge. Otherwise, the weird pile of stuff is still there. But hey, that's life. That's how it works sometimes. So.
Showbiz, baby.
All right, so
you actually did that thing behind you, right? You did the Mandalorian artwork.
I did.
Your own artwork.
And it was really funny because I was listening to Jazz talk just before this. Number one, girl, I'm gonna hit you up about some NFTs. That's definitely going to happen. But number two, when you get featured for a project and you're like, what are you doing? And then all of a sudden it's just there. I got featured for this and it was supposed to be the 12 days of Mandalorian. And it ended up being the 8 days I finished before it was actually featured on Behance. And I was like, ooh. Yeah. I'm going to change the title from 12 Days of Mandalore to Look at the Helmets I Managed to Do. So that happens.
Well, it turned out great. And I mean, sometimes the most unexpected stuff turns out to be the most, coveted. So, this is how
never know.
It works.
You never know how your art is going to impact other people's lives. You do not. And sometimes that's a really great thing, and sometimes it embarrasses the heck out of you, but that's the process of being an artist and putting art out there.
Not at all. Not at all. I can't see anything that you've done has ever had any sort of embarrassment related to it. But I mean, we all have our own journey as well. So
thank you.
You are a bit of a celebrity in the Adobe community, and I am really excited to have you on the show today.
Thank you.
I'm also really excited that you have recently gotten into more of the live streaming and subscription space. I know you're really excited about that.
Yes, indeed.
So when do you normally... Oh, wait, I have an animation for this. I don't have to ask it.
Huh? When do I stream on Behance? I love your animations, by the way. I think they're great.
Thank you so much.
I am actually streaming on weekends now. I feel really bad because I got very, very sick last month and couldn't do it on the weekends. But starting
feel bad
this weekend,
for getting sick. We literally just are going through a pandemic.
I know, and that's the thing. But like, I like to go out and just like give it all I got, and I felt like I couldn't. But coming up, I'm going to be streaming every single weekend, and I'm going to be doing a lot of cool stuff. So I have a game show that I do, which I have actually done already. So a couple of those top streams are the Creative Cauldron game show, and it's kind of like the Adobe Live game show, except it's all spooky monsters and stuff. So I did my Lady Venom on stream there. That was like a lot of fun. So I basically I have like my little thing up there where we fill in the blanks of like creative Mad Libs. So it's a character, creature, or object from the world of fantasy, ancient history, modern day, or I think we did like science fiction. With the power of, and then there's like 50 different things like telepathy, vampirism, invisibility, all kinds of like crazy stuff. And then we just have to make something that goes along with that thing. So I'm going to be doing one of those every week. And then I also have some super special streams coming up connected to my Behance subscription, which will be happening as well, which I'm pretty pumped for. And I can see myself working in this little window, and I look so mean when I work. Look at my face. Look at that. I'm focusing so hard, and I just look like I'm the meanest person ever. I promise I'm nice, guys.
I love to lean off camera a lot. A lot of times, like I'll look at the replay and I'm like all the way down here for
hello,
long
welcome
periods
to my
of the
stream.
time.
I am a professional. Thank you for being here. I hope that you're enjoying the broadcast. Just because I like lean over my Cintiq, and then I realize that I look like a Doug Trio. Like at the bottom.
Look like a Doug Trio. But
thank you.
I can relate to the sentiment of it.
Thank you.
And yeah, no, I know you mentioned a little bit about your subscription. You have a very beautiful subscription overview, which I want to make sure that we have. You call it the Voodoo Empire.
Yes, and it's like the only self-portrait I've ever done. So I hope you guys like it.
It's phenomenal.
I'm really hard on it. But yes, the Voodoo Empire. So you can subscribe. I have a $10 subscription per month. You guys get design mentorship streams. So basically, on top of doing all of the game shows, during the week, I'm going to be doing episodes that are subscription only, where you folks can submit any work you want in the Discord, and I will do paintovers. I will do basically anything I need to do to help you improve your work. So I'm pretty excited about that. What are words? I'm pretty stoked about that. I think it's going to be fun. So yeah.
By the way, Rob says you look very thoughtful and focused, and Wade says head tilts are mandatory.
Yes.
It's funny. I FaceTime my mom, who's down in Maryland all the time, and I'll be working on something on drawing. I'll be talking to her, and she'll like laugh at me because the entire time I just like keep going from side to side as I talk
on
to her.
Twitch, they called it the puppy head tilt because I just look. Yeah, because I just do that. So yes, it's been a feature of my art process for a long time, and I honestly don't know if I could paint without it. That's just how it works.
It enhances the image, obviously.
It does. It really does.
Odari says that the force is strong with this one. Which
Thank you. I see so many good friends in the chat too, by the way. I see Jazz still hanging out in there. My new best friend, Jazz the artist. Thank you so much for your wonderful compliments.
I would love to see a collaboration between you two. That would be honestly a wild final piece.
I feel like it would click into place. Let's do it, Jazz. Let's do it. Potato and Stephanie and Susanna, Laura, Umacorn, thank you guys for coming to hang out. I hope you folks are enjoying Max Week.
Speaking of which, you were quite involved yesterday as well. How'd it go?
That was, I'm gonna be real with you guys because I feel like that it's necessary. So I did a recap of the keynote on the front page of YouTube with Andrew Hawkrattle yesterday. And it was one of the most incredible honors that I have ever been able to receive. I was really, really psyched and excited to be able to do that, but I was terrified. I was so scared. I was so scared to do that. And I was
heard great things about it. I heard great
so
things.
did I, apparently. So I was just like, I did it. I got out. So I'm gonna also gonna be real. Before I got on the stream, I called my mom. Mom, I'm scared. She was like, "Baby, you're great." And I was like, "Thanks, Mom." And I got on the stream.
That's all I need. Thank you.
And then I got off the stream, and I was like, "Mom, I finished." And she was like, "You did great." And I was like, "You didn't watch it." She's like, "But I already know." And I was like, "Thanks, Mom."
Blind support. I appreciate
thank
that.
you. So yeah, I was very scared, but I did it. So I say to anybody who has the opportunity to take an opportunity that is very scared, that you should do it. You should go for it, because even though some creative opportunities are a little daunting and a little scary, you should go for it. You should test it out, see if it works for you, because I did it and I think it went good. And I honestly, I wasn't sure. I was very, but we're our own worst critics, right? Like,
Right.
Creatives, we're not very nice to ourselves on the inside sometimes, and that was like my creative brain was like, can you do this, Val? Can you do this? And I was like, well, my mom says I can, so I'm gonna do this.
All you need.
Yes.
But I love the span of work that you have, and I love the mentorship that you are being able to provide. I mean, even in moments like that, when you're trying something new and you're getting out of your personal comfort zone, you kind of bring others under your wing, which I think is really cool. And you have that in your Voodoo Empire. I know that you have a really strong understanding of texture, which I think is something that I really strive for. And it's cool to see that also on your streams. I'm pulling up your helmets of Mandalore that you have going on.
Yeah, the Mandalore helmets that I finished. I honestly, it is one of my favorite projects. I woke up one morning and it was featured and I was like, I didn't finish it. Oh no. Oh.
What? I mean, you already, oh my gosh, the Mystery Machine. I've never seen that one before.
There's another one that's going to be uploaded in a couple of days. I did a Hello Kitty one. So it's like a war-hardened Hello Kitty, and it has a sticker on the front of it that says Rebels Forever. And then it has, I did it on an Adobe live stream a while ago and I just never finished it, but I'm tidying it up. And on the side of the helmet, it has, because I'm right-handed, so I used my left hand on stream and I drew in like a marker brush what it would look like if Baby Yoda had graffitied a picture of himself on the helmet. So that's on the helmet. And then there's like a big bow. So I'm excited to debut the Hello Kitty helmet of Mandalore. I think it's going to be excellent. And
is that the one that you would wear if you were to have a helmet?
Honestly, I would have to wear it out at least once. I don't think I could own something like that and not show it off. So yes, but the Mystery Machine I'm partial to. I think my favorite helmet out of the entire series though is the one that's behind me, with like the hash marks on it and just the colors and everything. That one's my all-time favorite.
Yeah, I like to think that the hash marks are something happy though, like days that I felt
they're definitely happy. They are not death. Days that he was able to hug a best friend.
Oh, wow. I mean, that's actually not that many days, though, which is kind of sad. So.
Mandalorians are very loyal, okay?
They are. Yeah.
They're very loyal. They're good to their people and their friends, just
not
anybody else.
The nostrils, by the way, are very intense, and I think they're very cool.
Thanks. I don't know why he would need like nostril-shaped holes, but I think that I was like doodling these, and I was like, some of these I don't know if they're like, I don't know, helmatically correct. Helmatically correct. New word, but I was like, but this is cool, and I'm the master of this realm, so no one can stop me from putting little nostril holes in the front of his mask. So I'm gonna do it.
Anthony's saying that's it. I need to see the Mandalorian, but I also kind of feel like you've ruined it for some people now.
Have I?
I have expectations of Hello Kitty helmets, and there's no.
That's true. I apologize for that. Honestly, if you could watch The Mandalorian, I will never advise somebody not to watch something Star Wars. But you could come to me for all of your Star Wars Hello Kitty needs. That can be how we work that out.
That's the empire that you have built for the Voodoo Empire.
Yes. It's all a sham. You guys are just going to get in there. It's just going to be a helmet all the time with different
I'm okay with it.
Child cartoon stuff mixed into it.
I'm a part of the Voodoo Empire. Okay. I'm in that Discord. I'm there.
Okay.
I am excited to see these mentorship live streams that you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. We're going to go for it this weekend, and I'm going to do more because since I feel like, honestly, it was a rough thing, but it's also a great thing because I'm going to be doing a bunch of the mentorship live streams in quick succession just to make sure that, was feeling under the weather, but I want to make sure I do as many as I was going to do. And then I'm also going to be doing every month I do like a giveaway. So if you folks are are interested, actually it's perfect that you have this up. So these little like doodly, painterly, sketchy kind of illustrations that I do every month. I'm also giving away a free commission slot for one of these mini commissions. So I'm getting ready to do like a handful of raffles and some mentorship streams. So anybody that jumps in on the subscription in the next few days will be automatically entered into a few raffles. And basically I'll message you and I'll say, hey, you've won. Give me an item or a character or something, and I will send you a little commission of that thing. And then you will also have an opportunity to submit work for some of the mentorship streams, and then we're going to go for it. So I'm very excited, which makes this like kind of a great opportunity if anyone's interested in checking out the subscription to kind of dive in. You also get 20% off of my print shop all the time, as long as you're a member of the Voodoo Empire. Anytime I make new prints, anytime I post stuff up on imprint, you will always have a code for 20% off. You will always get a discount. And then that right now it's just the prints, but that extends to all of my merch. So I'm doing enamel pin soon. And then I'm also doing t-shirts for the first time. I did t-shirts through Teespring when I was streaming on Twitch more regularly, but that was different. I will now have like a stock of t-shirts. So if you folks are interested in t-shirts, you will always have a discount on my t-shirts, all that good stuff. And then I also make sure to supply every month. And I think you're a member, so I don't mind if you pull up, well, actually maybe I do, because I've got some codes in the project, so maybe you can't pull that up. So, but I also supply a piece of artwork that I did during the month to you folks, so you can dissect my entire project. You can look through it and see like the behind the scenes bare bones of my work. And then I also supply whatever textures and things that I made. So that varies month to month. Sometimes you get a bunch of textures. Sometimes you get a template or a mock-up that I made. Sometimes you get some icons or whatever it is that I made that I think would like supplement your workflow or whatever, something that you can use. You get to have that, and it is free for personal and commercial work. Credits are always nice, but you do not have to credit me if you use those things in your work. I just wanted to be able, like, if you're going to have a subscription someplace, I want to give you something that you can actually use to go out into the world and make a profit for yourselves creatively. So anything that I give for that part of the subscription model is yours and yours alone, my gift to you. So yeah, it's pretty fun time.
Jane says I may have to subscribe just to tell people I'm in the Voodoo Empire. It sounds so wicked.
Honestly, you honestly get like force points at that point. Nobody can see the force points and nobody knows how powerful you are in the force, but you get them. They're completely invisible, but credits. I know I can sense them, and I think that if we ever met in person, that we would sense each other. I think that's, but I can't really offer that as a subscription thing because I can't guarantee, or I could, and then if you ask me about it in person, I'd be like, these are not the perks you are looking for. So we could go that route. But
so many Star Wars references.
Honestly, that's all it is. That's all this is.
By the way, are you excited for this new Animal Cross update?
I am, and I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to fit it in, because I haven't touched Animal Crossing in a long time, and I think that is where a lot of people are at with Animal Crossing these days, where they're just like, I'm waiting for new stuff to happen, and the updates look really great, but I made a boo-boo. I did a bad thing, and when I'm gearing up to get ready for Animal Crossing, I also jumped back into Pokemon Go.
Oh man, yeah, you just want to have everything that takes up your time.
I know, but I might actually sacrifice much of my Animal Crossing playtime for Pokemon Go because I get a lot of exercise. That's the thing. That's why I started doing it, because
Cody popped up out of nowhere to say, "Woo, Animal Crossing!" Who knows how long she's been here, but we've mentioned it, so now it's there.
We used the secret word. This is like Pee-wee's Playhouse. Like,
yeah, right?
Like, Animal Crossing. But yeah, yes, people are on Animal Crossing. I know, but it's weird. It's like I feel like when I look online, because I follow people, Animal Crossing people on Twitter and stuff, and I'm like, ooh, look at this aesthetic. My island is never going to look like this, but I can sure hoard visits to my island and tell people they can't show up yet to try. Like, I'm like, my island will be open in just a couple of weeks, and then a couple of weeks will roll by, and I'm like, it's not done yet. You're not allowed. You cannot come visit me.
I mean, that right there is a subscriber perk. I see here Rin is saying subscription ideas, Animal Crossing video game playdates, which I would love to come to your island.
Honestly, I would do that. Me. If you guys would like to do that, I will add that as a perk today, that at some point we will have like a couple days out of the month where I will get on a live stream, even if it's just in Discord where you guys can see and hear me, and I will play Animal Crossing and I will invite you to my island. I will do that because I would love to, because my island looks pretty swanky right now. I've got a ramen house on my island.
A ramen house? Like
yeah, like it's all set up where you can like go and sit at benches and like eat ramen with your friends. It's pretty cool. I've got like a graveyard surrounding Lucky's house. Lucky is my favorite.
Oh, I used to have
villager.
Lucky
and Genji. They are my darlings. I think my top 3 favorite: Lucky, Genji, and Spike. They're my babies.
Hot take.
Yes.
You're gonna have some fans and some enemies now in the chat.
That's fine. I mean, I am strong in the Force, so I feel like you can try it, Anakin, but I have the high ground. And it's not gonna work.
Now, wait, say again?
I said, I'm so sorry. I've realized that this has been nonstop Star Wars references since I jumped on.
No, not at all, because I think that's a really good reflection on a lot of the things that you stream. I mean, I have up here your unsaved artwork.
No!
Look at that. Look at that. Untitled, and you have a full piece right there.
Oh no!
It's that is a Ryan Selvy move.
Annika, look away! Annika's always yelling at me to save my work. Annika, shield your eyes. Somebody tackle Annika in the chat. Don't let her see this. Don't let her see it. Oh no. She's like, I heard my name.
Of Anakin. She says, I almost heard my name. But nope, it is it's you. It's you, Annika.
It's you. Oh god. Oh no. Well, this is the end, folks. It's been a pleasure.
It's great. Because I think that a lot of your work does revolve around a lot of Star Wars and fandom and adding your own take onto things. But I see that you're doing a lot of fresco.
Yes.
Would that be your main thing these days?
Fresco makes up about 50% of my illustration workflow now. And now that we have motion, because I've been animating in Photoshop for a long time. So now that we can do that, with Fresco stuff, you can expect to see a ton of that stuff, most likely some tutorials in the future, which would be great. And yeah, it's definitely turned into something that is like a massive part of my daily art routine. Fresco has been. So
I mean, that's something that I want to strive to learn more about the iPad apps, because I know that they are constantly adding more content to it. And I know a lot of people are really excited about the animation stuff. Do you know what you kind of have in mind to animate in the future?
Everything, all the things. What I really like to do right now is I'm playing catch up on honestly, you guys can join me on this if you want, the October challenge that I just invented. I don't know if anybody's ever done an October challenge, but I just like to make up projects every October and do them. So I'm painting octopuses, squid, and cuttlefish throughout this month, and I'd like to animate some of those because I'm doing all of that art in Fresco, and then I do some touch-ups in Lightroom for color and stuff. But yeah, if you guys, I would like to be animating those. But speaking of, if you folks would like to join me for the October challenge, please check out my Behance project about it, because you can see all of the ones that I've done so far, and you can also get the graphic if you would like to join me and do the daily prompts. So it's a pretty good time. I think I've been doing all of them in a kind of a cool like cutesy kind of style, but I think that
Mhm.
the final one that I'm going to do is going to be like a hyper real octopus, which
Oh.
I'm pumped about. I'm going to
That'll be
see.
intense with all the tentacles and stuff.
Yeah, because it's going to be like, so I did a lunar one, which is probably my most favorite octopus out of the entire series. And the 31st the word is solar. So I
Ooh.
kind of want to do like another spread, kind of like the lunar one that I did, but like more realistic. So we'll see. But yeah, join me for the October challenge if you like. It's a lot of
I
fun.
love that. Wade is doing you justice by putting in your Instagram and your Twitter and your Behance.
Thank you. Thank
to now
you.
follow everywhere. Slyman says Voodoo now following everywhere. Annika says love the textures you're doing, Val. Love the
Thank you.
textures.
There's an extra P in there. We're missing an
Nothing else
O.
in there. I don't
Annika, get it
Textures
together.
She's just so excited. She's also still so shook and triggered by your
Because I didn't
unsavingness.
save.
So
Yeah, that's. I'm pretty sure. I just kind of like threw her off kilter for the day. I really apologize, Annika. You just wanted to come and watch some streams.
I know you said it earlier, but when is it again that you're now going to be streaming weekly?
On the weekends. So it
On the
could
weekends.
be both weekend days. It could be, but when I think weekend to myself, it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I'll absolutely be streaming Friday. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to be doing a lot of streams just from like streaming from Fresco, like this broadcast is. So if I happen to be, I might be traveling this weekend. And if that is the case, I will still be streaming. It will just be kind of a different setup. And I will be just broadcasting directly from my iPad. So you can expect at least streams on 2 days this weekend. And I'm pumped. I'm pumped about it. Come hang out with me, please.
Yeah, no, definitely know where to catch you on Behance, and looking forward to seeing everything that you're going to create on the weekends. I'm seeing that Rin is saying that she loves how one of your octos is an octotuber, which is funny.
Thank you.
Thank you. And yeah, we're getting close to about halfway through the hour, but I wanted to see if there's anything else you wanted to bring up or highlight before we move on.
No, I think that's it. Honestly, at this point, I feel like I've shared stuff about me. I've shared stuff about my subscription method, and all we have left is Star Wars. So
that's always the case, isn't it?
It's always the case. Check out my Star Wars project on Behance because it's my baby. And if you want to see my cool stuff, if you want to see my art that was on the red carpet, you can check out my Star Wars project because it's a lot of fun.
On the red carpet? Which red carpet?
Yeah, so I did a painting of Captain Phasma, and it was displayed on the red carpet premiere of The Last Jedi. And I got a picture of Gwendolyn Christie standing next to it, and it was like life size on the red carpet. Cool. And I have a picture in there, so if you want to see it. That's like the only thing where I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to toot my own horn about this in particular. That is the one thing.
As you should.
In my career where I'm just like, have you heard about this yet? Let me tell you about this. I did this. I made this.
I'm gonna see if I can pull this up real quick. You said was it in Star Wars fan art?
Yeah, and it's like right at the top because that's the first thing. I'm just like, look at this. So I did that painting.
Boom! Look at that.
Boom! So it was like
that's a beautiful illustration.
It was like like an art contest that Tumblr partnered with Disney to do, and I did not know that I won the contest. They did not send out a message saying that people won, so I had to get on the live stream and watch to see if my artwork was there. And the moment she walked on the red carpet, I saw it and I screamed, and I think I bursted everybody's eardrums who was in Discord with me. I just lost my mind, and I cried, and I held my mother.
Sure.
So that was a lot of fun.
Also, she is a giant, so you know this is gigantic behind her. If it is like
that's like in the back, that's like me life size, and then she's standing next to it, which is just like another 1.5 feet of person because she's like 6'5" or something like that.
She's gigantic. She's not, she's like
awesome. She's just awesome. Like she's one of my favorite people ever. I love her. So this was a lot of fun.
You did her justice with your portrait. It really is beautiful. I love the colors. I love the pose. I love the debris and the depth that you have. It turned out really nice.
Thanks, guys.
But cool. All right. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go bring in Tom, but I want to thank you again for coming in and being a part of the stream for Adobe Max. I know there's still stuff planned for the rest of the day, and there's stuff for tomorrow, so I assume that you're probably busy checking that stuff out.
Doing the things.
Looking forward to catching out your future streams and checking out your future subscriber details.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me too. This was a lot of fun. We actually got to hang out. We got to we have not been able to do this, so this is really great. So yeah, bye everybody. Thank you all for having me.
All right, and thank you so much for stopping by. We'll talk soon. Well, this can't be right because I was supposed to have Tom on the stream, but there's instead just this duck.
Whoa, that was too loud. Sorry. Hello, Ryan.
Hello there, not Tom.
I'm Duck.
You're Duck. Nice to meet you, Duck.
Hi, chat.
Oh, look, you got your wings.
Oh yeah, I got two wings.
Count them.
Yeah, a 1 and a 2. I could just have one if I want. But anyways, thanks for inviting. Well, I mean, I thought I'd kick things off. Duck, what are you doing? It's my account. Here, I'm changing the name. All right. It's back to me. This is my interview with Ryan. Okay? What? Hey, Jazz. Hi, Fergie. Laura, people in the chats, nice to see you.
Got a lot of hellos in the chat saying hi and how's it going. It's good to see you, Tom. Good to see you, Duck.
Yeah, good to see you, Ryan. Hello, Duck. Just let me talk to Ryan for a little bit. Okay, fine.
Thank you. I appreciate the respective space, Duck.
How
you doing today, Tom?
Ryan, how are you? I'm doing okay.
Okay, just okay. You're not enjoying Max.
Oh yeah, no, it's been cool. I was surprised some of those people on there oh my gosh, Duck, what is going on? Someone's throwing chips at me. They're coming through Twitch.
They're coming through tips. They're sabotaging your Duck sanctity.
Yeah. Hey K Beers, sorry, I love talking to the chat. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's all part of it, right?
People think I'm pre-recorded, but I'm not. I'm here. I'm alive.
That is the beauty of it. I've shown your stream to several people now, both like in my apartment when you've been live, and there's always kind of this misunderstanding. I'm like, oh, check this out. And they're like, oh yeah, that's really cool. I'm like, no, but this is happening in real time. They're like, no, it's not. And I'll like put something in the chat, and one of your characters will respond, and people are always so blown away with the amount of flexibility that you have in your camera angles and your reactions and the whole theatrical approach that you have. How many cameras do you have set up? You have what, 3 or 2 just in different zoom settings?
I've got 3, so 1, 2, and then this one 3, and then sometimes I do a 4th that Elgato has this thing called Epoch Cam, where you can beam your phone as like a webcam to your computer as an input. So I've been harnessing that a little bit, which is very cool. So sometimes I have 4. It's kind of crazy, but yeah, Duck is the best part. You can get all the cameras in the world, but getting a live Duck is very special. Yeah, I love my life.
And so, like in that shot in itself, I don't know. This might be putting if this gives away to he has a whole body, and he's walking.
Yeah. I'm walking.
I don't know if this gives away too much of the magic or not, but I know that when you have your shot and it's like you and the monitor, that's not actually your monitor. Obviously, you have like a source inputted and then kind of like puppet tooled to match the monitor.
Look, Ryan, don't ruin the immersion.
Okay,
immersion.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm kidding. This is just something that isn't quite. Hey, what's up, buddy? It's there's a little bit of trickery happening right now. But
isn't there always with you?
So if I, go like this, okay, if you don't want your immersion ruined, look away, close your eyes, for this part. I'm gonna bring my arm towards the camera. Oh no, I'm going behind something.
Wow.
I
mean,
ruined your immersion.
It's like finding out Santa Claus is only half real.
Yeah. Sorry, folks. Sorry to ruin it.
No, I'm really excited, though. I think that we've had a lot of different people on the stream both today and yesterday. Really excited to have people. But we're kind of showing that there is a accessibility from not knowing anything about streaming and being able to go live on your iPad straight to the site. And then there's people like you that really bring it to the next level, have this whole setup. You have awesome sound, awesome video, and then you are using, I think you said Adobe Animate with ActionScript, right?
True.
Which
yes,
is incredible.
I haven't even featured my sounds, but there's one. And then I can also, or put on music. That's cool. Duck likes to dance. Duck, can you dance for us? Gladly. Da 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 do. Ba da 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 da. Ma 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 ba woo. Da da da. Okay, that's enough. Thank you, Duck.
Oh no. K Beers said, "What about Santa?" And now I feel bad. I feel like I maybe opened a can of worms that I'm not comfortable with.
Oh no. Is everything ruined? So yeah, so the history with Adobe Animate is actually a history in Flash, and I love Flash. I've worked with Flash since 1999.
Oh wow, so you were one of the OGs.
Yeah, like I bought Flash 4 when I was in middle school.
Were you ever on? Were you ever a Newgrounds kid?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I got what did they call it? The one of the day. I don't remember what it was called.
I remember it was like a huge deal whenever anybody got it, but I forget what it was called. But it was the one that was like featured at the front.
I made an unofficial music video for a Pixies song from Fight Club, Where's My Mind? And it's just like a clip of the song, and I just animated to it, and it got featured that day or whatever. And yeah,
and it kind of started your journey.
Well, it was, that was an interesting time because it was before social media. So yeah, you had a website, or you did a Newgrounds thing or whatever. So yeah, it was a really interesting time. I also got an interesting break from a cold email to. Did you ever go to stupid.com?
Yes. Of course I had the internet in the 90s when you just typed everything.com in and saw where you landed.
Fart.com, stupid.com, just any dumb word a little idiot kid would do. I did that, you did it, we all did it. Well, anyways, I was making all these animations, and then I thought, oh, I should email Gary Apple at stupid.com because he has his email on the site. So I emailed him like, hey, I make cartoons. Do you want to show them on your site? Which is a totally stupid thing and totally what a kid would do. And I did it. And he said yes.
But it's such an early internet story of like so much of featured and front page and stuff was just kind of like a, hey, can I be there? And they're like, oh, yeah, sure.
Yes.
And then what do you know?
Yeah. Well, that was... someone in the chat said zombo.com.
I know, I just saw that too. I was going to call that zombo.com.
I actually was featured on zombo.com once because they've rarely ever changed the website, but there was one time. Yeah, that's what I was going to
say. It's always the same thing.
There was one time, very short-lived time, where they took an animation that I had made and put it on the zombo.com for a little bit.
That's iconic.
And I remember I somehow tracked down the email of the fellow that owned Zombo.com, and he was a fan of my work, so he was like, "You should do a thing on this." What's that?
Was it just Zombo at Zombo.com? Because I feel like that's what it would have to be.
No, it was something else, but I don't want to.
I'm not looking to whatchamacallit. Not narc. What is it? Wow, I can't think of the
Docs?
word.
Where you
Docs.
Like,
there we go. I'm not trying to dox Zombo.com.
I remember I did some like who is searches and found an email and ended up.
Oh, who is searches? I forgot about them.
Yeah, remember those?
Yeah, no, that's scary stuff.
But back to Gary. Gary was really nice to me, and I think he was playing around with Flash at the same time. It was just like
Okay.
this like epidemic of animated content online where websites were having animated intros and stuff. Do you remember how
Yeah.
goofy that was?
Yeah.
Where it's just like, welcome to my website. Do you want to skip intro? You know, like
Yeah, it was a whole thing, and then you would have to have it pulled up, and then like sometimes your internet would be really slow, so you couldn't even load the intro.
Yeah.
It was a
But the
whole
funny
ordeal.
thing about that was that I got exposed to millions of children because I was a child making stupid animations, and then all these kids. I got like 5 emails a day at one time. How do you make your cartoons? How do you make your cartoons? And I would always be like, Flash, it's this program. So fast forward to now, Flash has changed hands a few times.
Yep.
And Adobe owns it now, and Adobe Animate is the output application for SWF files, and I still use those now. So,
And so is it
it's a
all self-taught?
yes,
Wow.
and it's a
That's great.
misconception because people think Flash is dead, but Flash as you know, as an offline thing is still active, and
Yeah.
I hope it. I mean, I don't know for how long, but you know, I'm still using
There's
it.
also the whole thing of I know there is a Flash Allegiance or something, and their whole thing was to preserve the sanctity of all of the art that was kind of created between 1995 and 2005 on Flash. And you have like GoFido.com or what's it, FidoFetch.com? I don't know. It had a bunch of Flash stuff on it. It was kind of like an E-Bombs world. But just collecting all of these strange Flash animations that were part of the cultural movement of the internet. And they don't want to get lost, and so people are saving them. So it's really fascinating.
One thing that I've had trouble with is some of the new HTML5 conversion tools like Ruffle. They don't work with a lot of stuff, like a lot of really complicated stuff. It works for like simpler things.
Right.
So that's been a little frustrating. But I still have like the Adobe what's it called? Flash projector exe on my computer. I just open Swifts whenever I want and stuff. And
Right.
And it's pretty great as a standalone tool. But not as an internet platform anymore, obviously. But
No, for sure, because obviously it has like security issues and
but
all the likes.
For dynamic, quickly made characters, it's pretty cool.
It's
I have to
fantastic.
say, I love it. I love it. It's do you know how hard this would be to build and like by hand with like image sequence file folders and what have you? You know, I mean, it would be just like really hard, very hard to do, but luckily Flash is here.
And you have a whole cast of characters now. I know that you kind of have created some for your streams on Behance, I think. Like, had your dog really existed prior to Behance?
Yes, actually.
Oh, you had? Okay.
The dog. Well, so this gets into more histories. So the streaming side of my Flash creations began in 2016 with this app that doesn't really. I don't think it exists anymore. It was called Hype, and it turned into HQ Trivia. Did you ever play HQ Trivia?
Yeah. They had roots in a Flash service?
No, it was a stream service. And that dog was one of the the character presentations I made I actually made it specifically for a person to use. And because there was this a friend of mine, Avery Monson, who's also an author and comedian, or actor and comedian, and kind of got we got multiple chip sounds happening here. So Hype was a app on your phone on an iPhone that you could make your own like live stream with, and the idea was to make game shows, so you can make your own game show. And it was
before
actually,
HQ Trivia was its own singular entity.
exactly. So they made all this technology that was actually really ahead of its time. Like you could have a stream of like a camera stream of your face, and you could move it around and be in like a circle and like move it and then show stuff. And
Wow.
I mean, it was really cool. But it was 2016, and so I thought, oh well, I could make characters and then film my screen and then blow people's minds with animated characters that. So I'd set up like my phone on a thing right here and film my screen and then have like characters like talk like hello everybody on hype or whatever. And then so I was just making lots of different characters. Duck didn't exist yet. I made a couple different puppets. The dog was one of them, and then the dog I just recently rebuilt because it was built in ActionScript 2, so I upgraded it to 3.
So yeah, with ActionScript, do you is that also self-taught? Did you kind of just look into the things that you kind of wanted to produce and then taught yourself step by step?
Lots of tutorials. So if it were now, I would have probably be hanging out on Behance watching ActionScript 3 tutorials, or people doing how-to behind the scenes stuff. But at the time I was doing, like, I think what sites were there? Or Karupa.net? Do you remember that?
Oh, I don't
website?
know that one.
Karupa, that was a huge resource. It was like a message board with tutorials and you could ask questions and stuff. And then, there were just random websites. And do you remember Code Monkey?
Yes, I remember Code Monkey.
That was like from 20 years ago. Yeah, I learned JavaScript and ActionScript and JavaScript are very similar. So it's just a matter of learning the different classes that
the crossover and what works and what doesn't work.
Yeah. So I was self-taught, but I also ended up working primarily in Flash for my career. I graduated college 2007 and then went to an ad agency, did a bunch of Flash stuff there because it was still the Flash wave of websites and stuff being Flash.
Yeah.
But then in 2010, I got a job at a e-card company making animated greeting cards.
Oh, I remember that
as well. Yeah.
I remember like Hallmark and like AmericanGreetings.com. I remember going on and just flooding people's emails with all of the animated like Hoops and Yo-Yo and
yeah, totally.
Wait,
so I wasn't on any of those memorable ones.
Oh no, those are just ones that I remember. There were so many ones that I just signed up for 1,000 times, would get 1,000 spam emails. It was great.
I worked for a company called Smilebox, and they were kind of more boomer targeted, not really as young.
Right.
And it was kind of simple stuff, but it was actually a really fun job. And I had really great friends and enjoyed working there. I worked there for 4 years, and it was just a good opportunity to keep my brain sharp because my job was to take a design that was made in Illustrator and then give it animated functionality and click and their template stuff and make it all work, So there was a lot of engineering. How can I get it so that they could type in their own thing but make these colors and make it sync with this animation and stuff like that. So it was a great problem solving gig where it kept my brain sharp, and now I use all of the skills from the last 20 years of working in Flash the whole time to build these puppets and stuff. I can bring up some of the other puppets. It just takes me a second.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm just so impressed also. Already on your Behance, which I know Wade through your chat end, you have the dog, you have the not worm, not caterpillar, the caterworm or what have you, and then you also have the dog. And you recently kind of joined the Behance community, which I'm excited about. And I think that just showcasing all these different characters that you've built over the years is so exciting. And also, like you said, so many people don't realize that it's live until they actually hop into it.
Oh, someone just showed up. I think it's Val.
Voodoo Val?
No, that's just a coincidence.
Val kind of freaks me out, to be honest.
Why?
Just a little bit. It just seems like he might be a little creepy. Oh no. Yeah, exactly.
Because of that. Anyways, hello. I'm Val Haywood. I've got a nice fire here. Hi, Laura. Hi, Wade.
And
y'all
how do
doing?
you come up with these characters? Where do they kind of stem from? Just
Oh, the cowboy archetype has existed in Tom's psyche since his creation. I think what Val means is that like cowboys represent something sort of that I don't relate with, like masculinity and like macho whatever, and American history and like all these things that I kind of failed in life because I don't feel like I'm super like I'm a masculine guy. I'm like arty and I hate confrontation and I'm like the opposite of this guy, but it's kind of fun to pretend to be one sometimes. But this is a nice cowboy. I got a tender heart.
He's
Hey,
sitting alone at his fire. Susanna says, "How is this happening right now?" And no, I mean Tom is extremely talented.
Susanna, so let me draw it out for you. So Susanna, I got my stick here. So we got some codes, and then we add it to some pictures, and then we mix in a little bit of love. And we put we bind it in internet.
That it's not a pot, it's not a stove, it's just internet.
No,
just
it's just the internet, and we just sit by the campfire here. I have seen Blazing Saddles. Yeah, it's a little edgy. Lots of toots too. It's rootin' and tootin', if you know what I mean.
And this is not a tootin' cowboy.
No.
Val is not a tootin' cowboy.
Hi, Jack. Who else? Jazz. Stuart is here. Hello, I'm Val. While I was working on this drawing here, I'll erase it here. Oops, there we go. I can also tell really interesting stories with my drawings. It's kind of wild. Hello.
Oh, that
I'm the
terrifies
dirt.
me.
Don't be afraid. It's just the dirt. Hello, I'm the dirt. Hi, Dirt. Nice to meet you. Can you say hi to Adobe Behance.net viewers like Robert, Wernerberg, and Steve? Hello, Steve. Hello, Jack. Hello, everyone. That's a good little dirt face you are.
I think what scares me about Dirt is that Dirt doesn't blink. Like Val blinks and moves his eyes, but Dirt is just kind of like, I am alive now. Why am I alive, creator?
Yeah, there's a little bit of like a creepy, uncanny valley robot maybe sort of thing. Come on. Show me something. Can you sing a song? Oh, yes, I can. I would love to sing a song for you.
I would love to sing a song.
Adobe people, I'm the dirt from below your foot. I like you, and I want to be your friend. So come to my place. It's on the ground, and we can hang, and you can sleep. If you're tired, it doesn't matter. If you're hungry, you can eat. All right, that's enough. That wasn't very good.
It was great.
He's just learning. Don't bust his chops too much. Ryan, I think you'll understand. He's just a beginner.
Just the beginner Dirt.
We're even beginners on Behance in some ways, learning how it works, you know? And it takes... Where'd the fire noise go?
The silent fire.
There
I think it also
goes.
brings up a really good point, though. I know that you recently just started up and you're kind of figuring out your subscription. I mean, your schedule as well. Sorry, your schedule as well. But just wondering. when can people expect to find you streaming? Are you a late night boy? Are you early mornings?
I'm a Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific on Behance.net. That's my like dedicated one.
Yeah.
And yeah, tune in on Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Pacific time. And then I'm doing a bunch of other streams on Twitch, on other days. And and yeah, like and the subscription thing, I have mine set to an ungodly amount right now because I don't know what my content is yet. So I thought, well, if someone wants to support me, it'll really support me, and then I'll like dream about them. That's what they'll get.
Right.
Like if you pay me $100 a month, I will dream about you.
I don't blame you for that, honestly.
No,
I would dream about someone who gave me $100 a month.
I mean, well, let me ask you, like, as I feel like I'm a freak streamer. Like I'm not really doing like I'm an entertaining person. Like I entertain people. So if you subscribe to me, people in the chat, like Jeffrey or Wade or Jack, what should I give you if you
honestly, I mean, I don't know how much of a lift it would even be, but the idea of something with action script would be fascinating to me because I don't even know where to begin with something like that. And I think that you have such a unique perspective.
Source code, you mean? Like sharing source code?
Well, not even like source code, just even doing something as simple as like, this is how, I mean, it doesn't have to be unique to your characters, but the idea of like any way that you have your setup, I think is a monetary deliverable.
Well,
I think
I
that
didn't
a lot
know-
of people are fascinated. They have no idea, like, if someone were to be like, all right, you have 24 hours, do what Tom does. I don't even know where I would start Googling. I know the word action script through you and like Flash, but like, or animate, but I think you have this unique presence and bewilderment that people see what you do. And it's just kind of like, I don't even know. The people don't understand it's live because they don't even know how you would do something like that.
I'm forgetting what you were talking about though. So I was talking about like what people would get if they subscribed. So how does that do you mean like giving little clues? Like if you subscribe, you get clues? Or behind
You could do a clue. You could even do just like
curtain?
any sort of like even something even as stupid as kind of like how when you've reached behind your monitor, like the idea of breaking any sort of illusion, I think is monetary.
Oh yeah. So like revealing a little bit of the magic tricks kind of thing.
Because obviously as a magician, you never want to give away all your tricks.
Well, see, that's the line I've been trying to write is like I want to inspire people, but I don't want to give everything away for nothing, Yeah. So and there's just it's tough because there was early on, so I've been streaming more solidly for like 3 years now, and since then there were people that contacted me like, holy crap, like how are you doing this? You're gonna, oh my gosh, I'm calling it, you're gonna have copycat people that are doing what you're doing in like a year, and that was like 3 years ago, and since then there's no one that's really done it the way I do it because
I've never seen anyone do it as successfully and professionally as you do. I remember seeing your first stream and just being gobsmacked. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to like flatter you, make you flush on stream, but I love stream animations.
It's okay.
And I love all of it.
I'll
I'm
handle
so
all the flattery.
Yeah.
What's up, Voodoo Val? Nice job earlier. Good to see you. But thank you. Yeah, there hasn't been anyone really doing it like we do it. They didn't do it yet. So we're not sure how many beans to spill, if you know what I mean.
Exactly.
If you know what I mean, you know what I mean.
Boo.
Boo.
Is that a ghost beer?
Oh yeah, it's a ghost beer. Well, actually,
Spooky season.
Doug, what are you doing drinking this early? You shouldn't be drinking this early.
It's okay. It's the end of the segment, so you know you can get as tipsy as
Oh,
you
we're
like.
wrapping up. Okay, Duck, we're wrapping up here. Oh my. Okay. Well, does anyone have any questions?
Are there any questions
Any
for Duck?
parting questions for a
Or
duck like
Val?
me? Or well, I think we closed Val. Val's closed. You missed dirt already? Don't worry, I can draw you something too. Here, what do you want? Here, let's take one quick drawing request. Do we have time for that? Just like 1 minute?
Just one quick one. Yeah.
1 minute? Okay.
Mhm.
Drawing request. What do you got? What do you got, chat?
For me? Or is,
Or anyone? I don't know. Whoever speaks first. So yeah, Ryan, you can do it.
Oh my gosh.
You got a request?
I'm just like looking around my room to like figure things out.
Okay. What's it
Can
like
you do a
being
skull
duck?
for me?
It's
Can you do,
great.
like, a little skull?
A skull? All right. Of course. Here, let's get a real creepy mouth here.
And it
there we
says
go.
Ryan talking to a duck is just right.
Okay.
I also love how you draw all your characters have their hands. They're all different. The dog one
Oh.
I don't like because of the extra thumb. It grosses me out. But I can deal with the wing.
Ryan, I'm here. Hello, Ryan. Who has awakened me from my slumber?
Oh goodness.
It's almost Halloween. What are you going to be for Halloween, Ryan?
I'm actually going to be Tom Nook, and my boyfriend's going to be Isabel. And then the next night we have a different party, and then I'm going to be Isabel, and he's going to be Tom Nook.
Oh.
So I'm quite excited about
I
it.
see.
We have to finish making it.
Animal Crossing fan, I see.
Yeah, a little too much. It's embarrassing, but it's fine.
I play Skull Crossing.
Skull Crossing.
You grow maggots with your dead
Flesh.
bodies.
Yeah. Farming maggots with dead flesh. I can
Right.
see that only goes to a point though, because after a point you like run out of fodder.
Well, then you find victims.
It's a murdering one.
From horror films. From horror films, Ryan. They're really cheap.
Yeah.
You just go to a film set. Maybe too soon. Oof. Didn't think about that one.
You said you didn't want to spill your beans. You just spilled your beans on how to get some flesh. So
But
Great.
yeah, anyways, thanks for having me, Ryan.
Absolutely. Thank you for
yeah.
being on the show, and thank you for sharing so many of your characters with us. A lot of people are very excited about the stream, and I just want to remind you guys that Tom is streaming on Behance, so make sure you check out his profile on Wednesdays, 5 p.m.
Today at 5 p.m.
Today is a Wednesday.
Couple hours. In like
very
5
cool.
hours. See you at 5.
And the streams are always so much fun with the more people that you have, just because Tom is such an entertainer and he really works off the crowd. So make sure you tune in live. You can always check out his replays, but it's a blast to just hop in and see the fun he has with his puppets, especially the ones that like even with like the ghost spear, you'll hold something off for like an hour into the stream, and then you're like, oh, by the way, I have this animation that I haven't shown.
Yeah,
and it's always a surprise. So make sure you follow Tom. Thanks. Is there anything else you want to plug before I kick you off stage?
To work out as much as you can. That's Hank. Well, you know, we got a Discord. My community has a Discord. Discord's great. And I'm also on Twitch. I'm kind of in a lot of places. So look for me. Search for Cartoon Mess Live. Look for it. Look for Duck. Find us wherever you can. Wherever ducks are sold.
Yeah. Wait, where are they selling ducks, though, is my question.
I don't know. All right. Thanks, Ryan.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I'll see you later today on your stream. And thank you for everyone for making all of our other characters feel nice and welcome here in Behance. So we'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, thanks for having me. All right. See y'all later.
Bye.
All right.
Hello, who is this?
What's up? Well, hello there. I'm here at the Quack of Dawn.
The Quack of Dawn, boo!
I was holding that for the last 30 minutes. I thought there would be like a little bit overlap with Tom, but then Well, oops. Hi, Ryan. What's up, Stream Daddy? How you doing?
Stream Daddy. I don't know how I feel about this being put into the canon of Adobe Live and Behance streaming.
How are you doing? How is your day coming along?
I'm doing good. We've been up now for what? 2 hours? So we are now in our final stretch hour. And I am impressed that I don't look exhausted yet. So we'll see.
Well, maybe you do. It's just you think you're not exhausted, but you probably are.
Well, that's okay. I spoke to you last night.
We do what we want.
I spoke to you last night at 8:00 your time in the morning, and you had told me that you hadn't slept yet. So have you slept since we spoke last?
Well, a few hours.
Okay, that's good. You look radiant, so you
and
look
coffee
like
helps,
you're well slept. And coffee
helps always.
Although I am out, so I don't know if my energy will wane as we go on. But Annika, no, it's really great to have you on the stream. Not only because Annika is one of my blessed mods for my personal streams, but Annika is also a grassroots streamer, and I say that in the sense that I didn't know who Annika was until she started streaming up on Behance and really made a name for herself and create awesome stuff. And I guess we should start off with the question that we're asking everybody. When do you stream?
So I stream almost every day now.
Wow.
It's quite a bit of a weird issue with like Inktober coming along. So if you guys haven't tuned in, you should tune in. I stream Fridays and Saturdays at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, which is 6 p.m. for me, but we are inclusive. So it's overlapping with US time zones, not just Ryan is asleep, but everybody else is awake. So yeah.
Put on blast. Wow.
Of course. But yeah, thanks for having me. This is awesome. I am, so if you guys are just tuning in, hi. I can't see the chat, but I know all of you guys are supporting out there, looking out for me. And I did say
we have so many people showing their love. We have Rob, we have Fergie, Umacorn, Jess, Megan, Katarina, O'Derry, all the regulars.
All of the regulars. Love it.
Showing you some love.
Love it.
But I know you said you've been doing some Inktober, and I know you have some Inktober up here on the top right of all the different ones that you've got going.
So that's like something I put up last minute yesterday, but I do have everything pulled up right over here. So these are all the pieces that I've mostly created live because I just want to show my process. And this is all in Adobe Fresco and it's all free. So if you're watching this, you can buy it. You can buy it because
you can buy it for $300.
Yep, exactly. So I like to do these kind of challenges because it really challenges me, because I don't know all of these prompts, and it's great for me to get out of like a creative block if you have one, or just for fun, just because you want to get out of your comfort zone and create something that you don't normally do. So with every challenge that I do, I try to pick up a goal that I have in mind. Let's say an app that I want to learn, or let's say something that I want to understand about, let's say character design. That's what I do. So with this app, with this challenge, I have been using character design as my main focus. So I've been working on this pumpkin character. Also, you guys see this live here. I haven't posted this yet.
Ooh, this is exclusive.
Exclusive Adobe Live stuff.
Is that a sister or a girlfriend or a friend?
Well, the prompt was Spark. So you do you.
Okay, all right, whatever that means to you. Oh, also Randall's here. Randall.
Oh, hey, Randall, what's up? Also, my glasses are all fogged up. What? That never happens.
It's a steamy stream.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
but this looks great, though. So you didn't do this on live, though, but you did do a lot of the other ones on live.
Yeah.
And you can catch those over on your profile. And you said you pretty much are streaming like every day now, which is wild.
Yeah,
it's been so exciting to see it develop.
Yeah, this was definitely the start of it. And then we moved on to creating this guy, which is sort of confused. And I'm trying to build like a story behind it because I know that's what character design is all about. There's got to be a story behind it. And I'm trying to learn it. So it's something that I've picked up midway of Inktober and being diligent with what I was doing every single day, because you see right here, I start, oh, oops, that was not the one. So this was day one, and I thought of giving it like a vector brush approach because I wanted it to be scalable and all of that. But then I figured day 4 in, and I started making skulls for Wade Acre Skull Studies. And I'm like, oh, hey, I like this. And so I
Another
started
great
making,
streamer on Behance.
Of course, yes. And then I made this, and I'm like, oh, okay, I kind of like
That's
this.
terrifying. I think this is my favorite of the ones that you've had so far.
Right? Me too. This
But
is
it's
where it
terrifying.
all started.
Do you have a favorite so far of the ones that you've done?
I really do like this because it's Raven, and I really liked how original the composition came out to be. Like the one I started with was crystal. So everybody could think of witches and crystals and skulls and crystal balls, right? That's very mainstream, which is fine as well. I think I mentioned it yesterday or something that, hey, you do you, right? But for me, this time around, it has been applying, like Wade says, applying your studies. So it has been that for me. It's been a teaching moment. So yeah.
You have a lot of questions in chat. One from Voodoo that says, I have a very important professional
Did
question.
you save your
Did
work?
Annika play Animal Crossing, and would she come to my island? And I can answer that for you. Annika does not have Animal Crossing, which is super disappointing because I have been annoying her all through the pandemic to get Animal Crossing and play with me. And then Randall is saying, Annika, have you decided on a name for your pumpkins yet?
I haven't.
He also said, "Oh my gourd" earlier, and I ignored it. But
it's a gourd story. It's all about puns here.
Love.
And speaking of, I do have. So we decided off. So Jack Watson is up next. Sorry to break the bubble for you guys,
Break the bubble.
Well, whatever that means. You know, the perks of live streaming. You got to do what you got to do. So funny thing, I was trying to record a video earlier to promote my stream right now. And I couldn't do it because recording is hard for me. But live streaming comes naturally to me. I've been doing it for about 8 months now. And I feel like having my video on is the best way that I can express myself. And when I don't have my video on, it's so weird to me. So for some duration, when I started live streaming for a little bit at the start of it, I couldn't have my video on because of some technical issues. And when I got the hang of it, I'm like, okay, it's weird without the video. What am I supposed to do now?
You're just talking, but there's nobody listening. You're just out there without anything.
Yeah. So, anyway. Oh, I got derailed, of course. But Jack and I are collaborating. This is our little Max collab. So it's called Jack Max Collab. And I made a pumpkin guy or a gal. I don't know. We don't know. Non-binary. I don't know yet. But we made a pumpkin
different from your other
person.
gourd.
Different from the other gourd, of course. But we made this person. And I want input from chat. This is supposed to explain or express how you are at Max and how you're experiencing it. What kind of things are you using? What are you snacking on? Is it donuts? Is it coffee? Is it, I don't know, you have your iPad on? Are you doodling? Is there light around you? Is there a book around you? What is it? Tell me objects of all kinds and we will include it. So it's going to be like a complete live streaming experience for you.
I love that.
I hope.
I mean, I have my mug, but it's an empty mug, which is disappointing. So
well, we can draw it. I mean, yeah.
What is everybody else? Oh, of course, Jack has coffee and donuts. Of course.
Yeah, of course. Also, I did want to point out, before we dive into this, that speaking of Wade, I have this huge section of material studies in my Fresco app, which is just the material studies I did for Wade's themes. And it has been
love that
amazing.
colorful candle. Ooh, and that island. I haven't seen some of these before.
Wait, this one? No.
I like the colorful candle, and I also love the island.
Yeah, this was Wade drawing streaming live, and I was drawing along. Okay,
Beautiful.
This is gonna take too long. I'm sorry about that, but nope. Fresco says no. But yeah,
this is that multitude of streaming and also doing it. Storm said she just made herself popcorn with coconut sugar, which I don't know how I feel about that. I had a coconut cold brew this weekend at Smorgasburg. It was coffee brewed with coconut water.
That's a difficult word to pronounce.
Smorgasburg. It's a Brooklyn thing. It originally was in Williamsburg up in Brooklyn. And the one near me, though, is down in Prospect Park. But it's just a bunch of food vendors. And there was somebody with coconut-infused coconut water for cold brew. It was okay. I hope they don't see this stream because they were very nice people.
This stream is
But
not sponsored
it
by
was-
the word that we can't say it out loud. Say out loud.
Oh, it's Smorgasburg.
Yeah, okay.
Mercurial has a kitten. Wade also says kitty.
Oh, okay.
Oh, or maybe they're just talking about the cat that was there. I don't know if they necessarily want to have a
Oh,
cat
there
falling
was.
from the
Oh,
sky.
yeah, there was. Well, that can't happen here. I'm sorry. Oops.
Fergie's
sorry.
snacking on a mango. A mango could be there.
Well, a mango could be there. Yep, we can add it.
Viola is saying a chocolate chip cookie and doodling on my iPad.
Ooh,
Lots of Animal
iPad.
Crossing talk, which I'm excited about. Voodoo wants to buy you a Switch, so
Well,
into
yeah,
that.
I'll just DM you my address. Well,
Yeah.
I'm getting at
Jack
you in your
wants to
DMs.
call out. If anyone wants to draw along with us, go for it and share. Yeah,
Oh,
we'd
yeah.
love to see what you
Of
guys
course.
also create. And
Yeah,
I know you
I
had a
do
little bit of a
have-
story here with the idea of this little gourd parachuting into Max, right?
Yeah, this guy is trying to get into Max, get all the good stuff. So the idea that I had was like these things that I'm drawing right now would be like speech bubbles. And all of these would actually contain information about all the keynotes or all the sessions and labs that we have at Max. So we can fetch information from all of those, and these are just flying around. And also, this could also probably show like the movement of the wind, since this guy is falling down out of nowhere. into
Jumped out of
Max.
that plane straight
Yep.
into it.
Yep. So
Um,
yeah, that's the idea. But I'm open to any suggestions. Also, yeah, I do want to point out, since you mentioned that if you want to draw along, you can draw along with us, and I would love to see them. I do have a Discord that you can share your artwork in. There's an art share channel that I really like. Well, a couple of months ago, I did like a draw along stream, which was just like a warm up stream. So we did a bunch of still life in Illustrator, and I asked a bunch of people, like the community, to draw along. And surprisingly, a lot of people drew along.
Not surprising at all.
Yeah, well, the Behance community is awesome. I have literally gained so many friends out of the community, which is amazing. I love it. And yeah, that's just been my best takeaway. And it's not just about learning, just me learning by myself or me educating someone else, because the way that I go about it with my streams is I want to make learning fun. It's always been my thing. And so even though you get terrible puns, you also might get a few takeaways from Fresco, Illustrator, Dimension, and you name it. Some of
Did you say even though you might get terrible puns, you
Yep.
just like undersold yourself with the puns? You're like, you have to live with it if you want all the rest of the perks.
Oh yeah, it's part of it. It's part of the package. It's part of the package. All the
It's
people
part of the
who
great package.
all the people part of the community who come often, visit me often at my streams, know about the 3Ps I talk about. But I don't know if you know. Do you know, Ryan? What are the 3Ps?
No. What are the 3 Ps?
What are the 3Ps? Well, it is.
Practice,
Oh, what?
perform.
Are you
and-
reading chat? I am really suspicious that you're reading chat.
No, I'm not. Practice, perform, and
So, yeah, so speaking of live streaming, a lot of the folks are really intimidated about live streaming, and it was overwhelming for me. So when I first started, I did have my video on. I was doing Adobe Dimension. It's my first time doing it, and I just put myself out there because you can never know until you try, right? So I did that. It was not terrible, but it was not also great. But if you keep at it, you practice, trust the process, and have some patience, you're gonna get there. You're gonna be me one day. No, I'm kidding. You can be better than me, and you probably already are. So
no, boo.
Can no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding about all of this. Whatever I say on stream, unless I really say that I'm being serious about this right now, and you should not say this. Yeah, everything else is a joke unless I'm talking about tutorials. Yep.
Rob says
my-
passion, persistence, and puns.
Ooh, what? That is. I might steal that. Who said that?
What are the actual 3
Rob.
Ps?
It is patience, process, and practice.
Patience, process, and practice.
Yeah. Patience,
into that.
process. Yep.
I can vibe with it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love it. Did someone say iPad? They did, right?
iPad it starts with an I.
What? How is
iPad
that?
starts with an I, so you can't have the 3 Ps if iPad it starts with an I.
Oh no.
I also can see
Nope.
Jack. Jack is already in the stream below, and I can see her moving, and she laughed at that joke. And so, you know what? I feel validated through it. So,
Well, you know what? Jack is just sweet. So,
oh, don't take this from me.
of course I am.
Nicholas
Anyway,
says practice, practice, and practice, which is also 3 great P words.
Yeah.
Brandon
well,
says that you learned Dimension in like a week, which is very true, and also
Wait, who
very
says that? Is
impressive.
that Brandon?
Brandon Gross?
Oh,
The
hey,
one and only.
Brandon. Yeah. So, funny story about that. Brandon was the first ever person I started talking to on the Behance community, and I joined Brandon's community, which is the Game Changers community. And look where we are. Brandon actually had me on as a guest on one of his live streams, which was my first ever live stream ever. So big ups to you, Brandon. Thanks for being in chat. Ooh, big hype for Brandon Rose. And yeah, that's how I saw him using Adobe Dimension, and I'm like, hey, what's this? I need this in my life. What's happening here? So yeah, that's how I started it. Then I started making mock-ups for my brand design, which you can check out on my profile, and all the good stuff, I guess.
I guess I could also pull up your profile a little bit. I know you're working on your thing. I don't want to pull away from your art too much, but
No,
we'll
cool.
hop back into it in just a second.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm trying to fit in as much as we can before we hand it over to Jack. Also, if you haven't ever used the collaboration features in Fresco, you're probably missing out, folks. I really want to point out that Fresco has been I used in Procreate before this, and I have not looked back. Even though I am on the beta program for Procreate, there's some really cool stuff. Can't deny it. But I still just go back to Fresco, and now even more so with like the motion features and like the collaboration which has come in, which is super sweet, super handy. Also, yeah, that those were like the still lives that I did that you're just pulling up is all digital oils. But in Fresco.
Digital oils. That's beautiful. This is very topical right now. I think my favorite of these, though, and I know we talked a little bit about it last night, is I really love this one. This one, and I also like there's a process one that you have of this one that you don't have published that has the vase or the vase, the pitcher, whited out, and it looks really good. But make sure you guys go and
I can
check
show
out
you
images.
that, I think. Hold on. Let's see if I can show you. Where is it? There you go. That's the one. So I have these. I think I live streamed all of this.
So cool.
Let me quickly hide the reference layer that we have. I know Storm is in the chat, so yes, reference, of course. So these are a bunch of studies. These are a bunch of studies that I did for still life. And if you've ever been into art school, which I have not, by the way, should I say that? Is this backstage?
No, that's great. In Baltimore, there's a whole museum that is all for untrained artists or unprofessionally trained artists, and it's one of the coolest museums.
Are you saying I'm unprofessional, Ryan?
Not unprofessional, unprofessionally trained.
Live? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So yeah, this is like the reference that I use. This is all of our Unsplash. So all the amazing photographers doing all the good work for us. And then I just decided to I don't think I have the sketch on here. I think I probably do. All right, let me pull it up on top of everything else. So we get it here, and this was the sketch that we started with, and you can see it's really rough, made with an oil brush, and I really wanted to get out there and be loose with everything. We did that. There was some color picking in this. I don't really remember. This is an old one at like 17th May. But I was just getting started, and I was like, yeah, okay, if you can't look at the colors, you can observe as well as color pick, which is basically the gist of the story is give yourself some leeway and don't be too hard on yourself. That's the idea. And then this is how it starts with like just blocking in all the colors. And is there a reference? There is a reference. Oops, did my Fresco? Oh. So yeah, this was the reference for this. Again, I think this was Unsplash or maybe Adobe stock. I have no idea, but there is information. Due credit to all the people who do stock photography. And this is how it turned out. And this is all done on a live stream. So if you ever want to catch me live, you can do that. So we do all kinds of oil stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Also, yeah, let's go back in.
Love it. I saw someone pop up here and it said, Storm says, what does Annika think her driving force behind her work ethic? She's so consistent and dedicated. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. She's just a power horse of throwing out work after work after work after work.
Well,
I don't know how she does it.
Yeah, I do want to point out something here that it's always been. So since I feel like you mentioned, since I feel like I've not been to art school professionally and not been trained that way, I feel like I have to try extra hard to be better at what I do. And it's sort of something that motivates me to learn every. So I think at the starting of the pandemic, I told myself that even if we're at home, and it sort of became my coping mechanism of sort. It started off as that, and then I just went on to do these challenges. Started off with the Procreate challenge. They had a month-long thing to draw with prompts. And then it started with Inktober, which I did last year. Then I did 36 Days of Type. This was my first time doing it. And I dived into After Effects for the first time. And I did not have to, but I tried. I wanted to. Because instead of just drawing every day, I wanted to prove to myself that, hey, you can be better. So be better, right? So it's always been that. I want to see myself as a person who's a self-starter of projects. So having personal projects is really important for me because that's what growth means to me. And yeah, that's my spiel. That's it.
I think it's well said, though. I mean, just having the energy and excitement about new things and always being comfortable to be uncomfortable is what I always
exactly.
like to
Yep.
reiterate on.
You said it. You said it.
Corey says, I feel you, Annika, being a developer that graduated from art school. And Randall says, the 36 days of type animations and drawings are so sick. Which, yes, I agree. You really knocked it out of the park with your type. I always try to do those challenges, whether it's Inktober or 36 days of type, and I never ever make it all the way through. I don't know how you always manage to not get bored of it, but they always seem to develop and get more intricate and exciting.
So the 7th day is the hardest for me, and then it just gets easier.
Oh, you just have to get through that first week, I guess.
Yep. And then the 7th day, they say that the 7th day is like the day when your creativity is like stuck. You're stuck because you try to repeat things and you try to be in your comfort zone. And then you're like, hey, maybe I can do this, but I don't know yet.
This one was the hard one. This one's amazing. This is where you added so much motion to it.
This was all done by hand because I did not know there were presets in After Effects, and I did everything by hand. And I'm keyframing everything. And then there was this one where I was trying to make rainfall. I think it's the K. I'm not sure yet, but I think it's the K.
Yeah, the K is for rainfall.
Yeah, I tried to make rainfall by hand. I saw a bunch of YouTube videos, and then I realized there's a CC rainfall effect, and I'm like, oh, well, there go my 2 hours.
Hey, at least you probably grew from whatever it took, though, to make.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. The giveaway with this was that now I'm not afraid of using After Effects at all, and I try to use them in my workflow as much as I can. So even though PS Photoshop timeline does not work for me because I'm on an M1, so there's been sort of a thing with it. With the old update, I don't know if it's not the thing with right now. But then the animation that you see over here, wait, what? There? Yep, there. That was done in After Effects. I could have easily done that in Photoshop, but I couldn't. And then I was like, yeah, let's just put that in After Effects and do it, right? It's a 5-minute thing.
It's better to have it in After Effects anyway. Photoshop animation gets too messy for me. When people used to pass things over and I have to make revisions to it, I'd be like, why is this in Photoshop? Photoshop is just for you. Don't send it to me.
Yep.
But some people really excel at it. Some people work better in Photoshop animation than other ones.
Yep, that is true. But then Fresco has motion now. Can I see it here? Let's see. I made a few animations in Fresco. So let's see. Oh, it's not on this app. I probably can't pull the other version. So yeah, nope. Nope. Well, but it's up on my Instagram or wherever. You can find me on the socials if you want to look at it. Also,
hey, Bliss is here. Golden Rose.
Hey, Bliss. What's up? How you doing?
I'm actually... We are gonna jump over to Jack in just a second, but since Bliss's intro is in my trailer, I'm gonna play my trailer real quick, if that's okay.
Yep.
Does that work? All right, cool. Stay here.
Hi, Sarah's here. Oh, Sarah, I get to play your thing. Here you go.
And then, of course, I also want to play. I have so many things to play, so I'm just going to play like them in between because I know you still have a little bit more to do before you want to pass it off to Jack.
Yeah.
But also the live streaming little ad we have as well.
We are glad to have you.
I'm on the couch. I'm kicking the couch.
Sizzle on that sizzle. And then are you about almost ready to pass off to Jack?
Yeah, I did want to point out that, oh, you are here. Okay, yeah. So you can see right over here that I added Jack's email, which I shouldn't show here. I'm sorry. Oops, what?
Doxed.
We shall edit that in the post-production. Pretend you did not see it, chat. Anyway, so we did this, and now, I'm sorry, what? Now, when we close this app, this file, Jack is going to be able to use this same thing and import it into whatever app she's using, and then we will see how it goes from there.
All right. Well, I'm going to keep you here because I know you guys are going to talk a little bit,
Yep.
but I am going to cue the thing to bring Jack on in. Oh, look who it is!
Hey.
How are
Hey,
you?
Ryan.
Welcome.
How's it
Look at the
going,
donut
man?
background.
Yeah, of course. I have to be in my element.
Yeah, I gotta have that on-brand branding.
Oh yeah.
So, how are you doing? How's your Max week?
I'm good. I feel like we're in the home stretch.
Home
You know?
stretch. The fun home stretch, though. Did
Yeah,
you end up
right.
taking off yesterday and today?
Yeah, I've just been soaking it all in, checking out all of the new features and hanging out with all of you in the chat. So lots of friends.
Lots of friends, lots of supportive hellos. People are excited to see. Thank you for
Yay.
being in the chat through both yesterday and today. It's been nice having you around and having you
Thanks.
welcome all the other streamers and raise the hype. We have, wow, so many people are so excited to see you. We have Sarah, Kevin, Odari, Rob, Storm, Randall, Laura, Rin,
I see some
and
howdies
Wade.
from Rin there. Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's so much going on. And so people are excited to see you. So it's excited to have a celebrity on the stream.
What?
Donut celebrity.
I'll take it. I'll take that.
But
Might
I
as
know
well.
that you and Annika will be working together.
Yeah, I'm
on
excited.
something.
I've been watching Annika work away, so I'm ready for it.
Yeah, and so you were able to download your piece off of Annika's
Yes,
Fresco
I do.
share.
I don't know if I need to.
Yeah, I
share my
think
screen.
now she should be able to do it since I just closed the file and it should work now.
The beauty of the cloud. I'm really excited. I saw they're updating a lot of like the libraries and different ways to work remotely, which they've had in the works for a few years, but is actually well timed in the idea that it works with the pandemic. So it's cool to see
Absolutely.
the developments of that with the keynote.
There's a bunch of new features I'm excited about. There were a lot of sneaks as well today, which I have to go back and watch.
Yeah. I have to watch a lot of the sneaks because I was busy with this, but now I have to go back and have to go check it out. Which should be cool. But obviously, Jack, we're now looking at Jack's screen. You can tell by the influx of donuts as the background, which I love and I appreciate. But Jack, what are some of the things that you took away from the keynote?
The Max keynote?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm really excited, obviously, about 3D in Illustrator.
Yeah.
And also some of the new updates to the iPad, the brushes in Illustrator on the iPad, motion in Fresco. I'm excited to get into some of the substance stuff that's been on my radar for a while, but having Max and having all of the sessions has given me really a chance to dive into it and start learning it.
And I know you've been streaming on Behance for a while now. It's been what, like 2 years, right?
Almost. I started back in like, it was like spring of 2020, so like almost 2 years. So yeah, it's been a minute.
Getting there, and it's also developed a lot. Anna, do you want to stay on the line, or do you want to hop off and have Jack steal the show?
Either way, I'm excited. Either way, well, I was excited that I'm collaborating with Jack. So yeah.
Yeah, no, it's exciting. Have you guys ever collaborated before up to this point?
No, this is our first time.
Yeah,
it's
first
awesome.
time.
You know, hopefully not
Stream exclusive.
Yeah, first of many.
Yes.
Stream exclusive. Yep.
This is where your Max logo goes. I appreciate that.
I like that. Yeah, I'll need to make sure I add that in when I'm working here. But
yeah, and also the keynote information. I just realized that I forgot to do it. But yeah, I think I should hop off here and not steal the show anymore.
Sounds great. Well, thank you so much for being on the show. I appreciate it, and thank you for making the bones for our next thing.
Yay! I'm excited to see what Jack creates. And thanks everybody for joining. Thanks for having me, Ryan. Have a great day, everyone. And
have a great one.
Don't forget to join Ryan's Halloween special. It's tomorrow. Shh, don't tell anybody.
I'll play the trailer for that later, but I'll give Jack her time in the sun for a little bit.
Yeah. All right, then.
Bye, Annika. Thank you again.
See you, folks.
Oh, wow. All right. So then there were two.
Yeah.
But so I'm going to ask you what I'm asking everybody, and that is.
So I live stream on the weekends on Saturday and Sunday from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard or Daylight, depending on what time of year it is. So yeah, and we do. I do a whole bunch of stuff. I have kind of like a varied background. I got my start in medical illustration and animation, and I did that for about 10 years. And then I switched over to UI and UX work. That's really where my passion is. And so I've been doing that for like, I feel like almost 3 years now, 2 or 3 years. So.
But even that, though, isn't even the full scope of your work. I know you also do your 3D printer now.
Yeah, I am a forever student. I really like learning new things and sharing them with everybody on my live streams.
Do you mind if I pull up your Instagram and show your phone holder?
Yeah, I've got the project up on Behance now, too.
Oh, you also have it up on Behance?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I am on it, on top of it.
Let's see then. I just pulled up Instagram.com/Jack Watson, and it definitely was not you.
Yeah, no, I can't. My name is too popular. Everybody has
Jack Watson 2.
Yeah, even on Behance.
I got this cabin phone holder, though, you guys. I caught this was it yesterday or was it today? I don't know what it was. And what inspired you to make this cabin phone holder?
So I've been wanting to get into, I actually have a bit of a background in 3D. I kind of got burnt out on it. And just, yeah. So this is kind of like me coming back to my roots and where I kind of started. Cause like I said, I had my background in more 3D work, 3D modeling and texturing and things like that. And I struggled with it. So yeah, this is just, me getting back into it and doing it my way, I guess.
Yeah,
learning
things that you're
the way
passionate about.
Right. And so I think that's really kind of helped me get over that kind of burnout, is to just kind of, do it my own way and take my time learning the aspects of it that interest me. That's what I'm all about.
I'm so naive in the idea that like seeing this time lapse is so wild to me, because I was like, oh, it was built straight up and down, obviously, but very clearly not. You had to do the parts, then assemble it yourself.
Right. There's a little bit of a learning curve there. I'm still kind of figuring it out, because there's a little bit of logic that goes into how you print the parts, not only how they all kind of fit together, but the printer obviously has to be able to print them structurally. So like those triangles, if they were printed upright, they would be difficult to have them stand.
Yeah, how would it even dry with that spot in the middle?
Yeah, sort of sort of a consideration you have to take.
And also just a training of the brain and the idea that you have to approach it in like a 3-way in your mind, and then also take that and apply it to the process itself.
Yeah, it's definitely, you know, I as for what I do for a living, I'm a UI UX designer, but I oftentimes refer to myself as like a visual problem solver, because that's really what I enjoy doing. And so these kinds of like weird problems really, my brain like really enjoys solving them, I guess. Right. So that's what drew me to UI UX work, and that's also what you know, inspires me to learn these weird hobbies like 3D printing and the CSS and JavaScript animating stuff I do. So
yeah, no, I remember catching a few of your streams where you were doing animations with the like a, I think it was like a porch or a house.
Yeah, the Maple Lodge.
Coming out of it. The Maple Lodge, that's what it was.
Which reminds me,
it was something that made me happy.
Yeah, I owe Wade an update on the Haunted Library, which we're going to animate this weekend.
I saw the promo for that. That looks so good. I love the eyeball rug.
Oh, yeah, that was a fun little trick in Illustrator, also using the 3D tools. So
yeah, guys, I will say that Jack is the reason why I learn of so many features in Illustrator. It's one of those things that I'm doing it by hand, and Jack will hop into the stream, and she'll just tell me that I am doing it the hardest way possible. So a huge shout out to Jack for that. And thanks. Yeah, I learn a lot through you, which is really respectable. What do you normally stream?
I stream a lot of Illustrator, obviously. It's sort of my passion. It's what I feel most comfortable working in. When I was in college, I didn't have access to like a tablet, like a drawing tablet. And so I got really, really good and really efficient at working in Illustrator to kind of compensate for that. So my work has kind of always kind of been grounded in that environment. So almost everything I do at some point interacts with Illustrator in some way. Even my work as a designer, I spend a lot of time you know, making little icons and illustrations and stuff like that for my designs in Illustrator. But I also stream, we do XD stuff too. You know, we did a whole client project from wireframes through to design, branding, a lot of branding stuff.
That was the dog project, right?
Yeah, Frenchie's Vanilla. That was a fun project too. I think a lot of people like that. And I also, I mean, it's dogs and food. So of course it's, you know, two of my favorite things.
Absolutely. And I think it turned out really well. I mean, it was nice to see it evolve, because you also brought it over to the client, and the client gave you feedback, and then you kind of worked with that. And it was interesting to see you pivot, and the idea that like this was the original approach. Now we have feedback. How do we stay true to our passion and also switch it?
Yeah, it's been there's been a couple of times when clients have come and hung out in the stream when I'm working on their stuff, and that's been a lot of fun to just be able to interact with them.
Umacorn's also calling out the gradients in your work, which are wonderful. And Drew is saying, Jack is awesome.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate it. All my people are here hanging out.
Corey has me here not pressing the like button when I should be. So I have to go through and appreciate everything, which is a great point. But you're working together with Wade on this spooky library?
No, Wade just wanted to see an update on it. Because he's been following, and he was asking if I was going to be working on the library today, and I said nope. Annika and I have something fun planned. So
yeah, and I love the tools that you're using here. I love the coloring fill solution that you see a lot with the iPad, and the idea that you can kind of build it and it like works its way around to fill in the middle. That's something that like I've always wanted to kind of have be resonated over into Photoshop, because I'm a Photoshop boy. And it's cool to see it work over on the iPad.
Yeah, I really like drawing like this. Feels really natural to me on the iPad versus you'll notice that when I'm working on the iPad and working on the desktop between Illustrator, I usually work between the two on my streams. So we'll do a little bit on the iPad and we'll switch to the desktop because there's some things I like to do on the iPad and there's some things I like to do on the desktop. So I don't really see them as being kind of like separate. To me, they kind of play off each other's strengths.
Right.
So yeah, that's
it's all a collaboration and
absolutely
between programs as well as people.
Yeah, right. Collaborating Illustrator and Fresco and Illustrator on the desktop and Illustrator on the iPad.
Rob says, my gosh, the ease of use of tools is so awesome. I know, she makes everything look easy, so there's that.
It's all just practice, honestly. I think that's a big thing. I make it look easy, but I've been illustrating in Illustrator for over a decade, so.
Yeah. So it just kind of comes naturally, muscle memory at a point. But I do think that you put so much time and effort into the things that you create. You're very similar to Annika in the sense that you just like, the amount of work that you push out is just so admirable. I wish I could have that sort of endurance. But I do want to make sure that we do touch on your subscriber area.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I know that's something that you've also been putting a lot of time into.
So funky. Love that intro.
So funky. So I have your subscription pulled up. I don't want to hop into anything too much because I don't want to make sure we give anything away, but I will pop into your free overview. I know that you offer some brushes and some like SVGs and AIs. What have you been working on with your subscription and what can people expect? How much is it? Give us the full rundown.
Sure. So it's $5 a month, and I structure my subscription sort of based on the things that I would find useful or the things that would have been helpful for me when I was just kind of starting out. A lot of people come to my streams and they ask a lot of questions about how they can get started about doing what I'm doing. So you'll find brushes, you'll find I've done like artwork for patterns and stuff like that, but I'm also really I want to get into more like tutorial stuff. I did a CSS, an intro to CSS animation tutorial that I'm super proud of because it's just something I'm really passionate about. So I'm hoping to kind of jump off of that and do more mini tutorials kind of based on that topic. But also, I mean, I'm not going to lose sight of, my illustration background and stuff like that. I have planned to do for November like a fun print sort of thing. So my background, like I said, is more in illustration and actually in print production. So I'm thinking that for November we're going to go through, because it's a good time with people wanting to like print their own like cards and stuff like that, and do a deep dive into like print in Illustrator, things like overprint settings, spot colors, bleeds, just from like a very introductory level.
And all the technical side of things that kind of some industry standards that people don't necessarily learn on their own.
It's not something that you like will typically learn a lot about in school. It's more something that you learn like on the job kind of thing. And people have a lot of questions about it, and it's hard to just answer in like one go. Like it's so we're gonna try and focus on that.
Adding Spark Notes to a whole Bible of information and just trying to be like, where do I even start without referencing anything else? Like, where's the ground foundation? So I think that's really admirable to have. Gus has initiated a heart train in the chat, and there's so many hearts all over the place, which is really great to see.
I love Gus.
Voodoo is saying the isometric piece was fire. I know, that's why I pulled it up and had it sit there just as Jack was talking, just because it's beautiful with the donuts going over the waterfall. And
that was a lot of fun. I really, like I said, I really dig the 3D tools in Illustrator. So they're really powerful, and I suggest everybody check them out. But especially when you're doing,
which you put me onto too, as well.
Yeah,
that's one of the things where I was working on something, and you're like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah,
use 3D, and I was like, "Okay, fine. I don't know what I'm doing, but okay."
One of the things that makes them so useful, and if you go back and watch that stream where I did that donut stream pun intended. The fact that you can use the 3D effects and set the isometric perspective that you want, and then you can rotate the objects. So you can work with these perspectives that are really kind of difficult to draw by hand. Illustrator just kind of handles all that for you. So
it definitely saved me in a pinch, that's for sure.
Yeah,
because I was working on isometric design and it was kind of going kind of nice, but then I went in and I had the full-on isometric feature, and then it just made things out. Rob saying was at the SNES stream, and I was like, yes, it is. Also, people have discovered the rainbow hearts in the stream, and there's lots of rainbows, and I love to see it.
Yeah, that's another good one to look at. I did, speaking of, I did a piece that I'm really proud of for the LGBT Center in Cleveland this past year.
Oh, that's the shirt that you did, right?
Yeah, and speaking of like print and what we're gonna kind of go over during then, I had to work with a screen printer to put that together, so that was a really interesting challenge. If you've never,
yeah, I love how you have an understanding of what it takes to build physical media and layer things and work in an idea.
Name your layers.
Name your layers.
Team name your layers. 100%.
I'm not always the best team captain for that, but I am on the team.
For shame.
So.
I will. Speaking of, I'm going to hop out of this. I am going to open up that library so I can show you. I want to show you that my file is entirely named with all of the layers and components that we're going to animate. So
how? Because there's so many layers in that. Also, the Poe
yeah.
Collector is a personal favorite of mine. I know it's new. It's also
the
part
Poe
of your
Collector,
subscriber thing.
I love that piece. It turned out so nice. And yeah, I made, so speaking of, you know, my subscriptions and the projects and how they're all kind of geared towards things that I find valuable. I made those brushes and made the little Poe Collector. But yeah, I had never like made a set of texture brushes like that before, so that was a learning experience for me, for sure.
Layer 325 is a name, says Marissa.
This is my working layer, but I'm going to go into the final texture layer here. So you can
look
see
at that.
Everything is named. I have to go back.
You're the hero we don't deserve, Jack.
So yeah.
Also, I will say we are getting close to our cutoff point. I would love to keep you on for as long as we can, but we will be getting cut off in the next like 2 minutes or so, just to make time for other stuff. I want to make sure that we get through all the stuff that you want to talk about, though, because guys, if you don't already follow Jack, please give Jack a follow over on behance.net/JackWatson2. Jack Watson 1 is okay, but Jack Watson 2 is where it's at.
Come check out number 2.
And it's been really exciting having you on and talking through all of your process. What's next, and what can we expect to see from you in the future?
Yeah, so we're going to be working, like I said, this weekend. I'm going to be doing that library that you just saw. I'm going to be animating that using CSS. So if you want to go and subscribe and check out that intro to CSS animation project, you can get like a head start and maybe work along with me. I'm a big fan of, you know, collaboration, and I love when people draw along with me or like, you know, are inspired by what I do and want to take it further. And I'm totally about that. So like I did a Draw This in Your Style challenge, and that was a lot of fun. I liked seeing everybody's work. So I would say in the future, more of that, more just kind of, you know, we'll see where we go. What kind of tutorials we make, what kind of content we make, kind of depends on the audience.
Yeah, absolutely. And Annika says, I love how you managed to capture the fun in the eyes that she wanted.
Yeah, we didn't get too far, but we'll keep working on it.
I'm sure you'll
see it. Yeah.
And that's the beauty of live streaming, honestly. That moves along. And then just to do our own personal promo for myself, because you talked about collaboration, I'm going to do a little thing for Halloween Max.
Yeah.
Oh no, we lost it right as I clicked the button, but it's fine. It was great. It was wonderful having you. Thank you for being on. We're technically still live, but I don't know where this goes. Probably just in the replay. So you have anything in the replay you want to sign off with?
No, other than thanks to Ryan and thanks for everybody for hanging out. I really appreciate it.
Oh, well, thank you so much for coming on the show. It was great having you, and thank you for walking us through your subscription and everything. It was great.
Oh, yeah, and go check out Ryan's special on tomorrow. That's all. I'm done now.
Well, I will talk to you soon, Jack. Thank you again so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.